Alright, welcome back everybody. Welcome to the final stream of Saber Wars, when I'm not actually farming Saber Wars, because there's no point anymore. At least not for me. So welcome back. This will be a bit of a shorter stream. I'm only going to be streaming for like maybe 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, because I got dinner plans with friends. But, yeah, welcome back to the stream. And for those of you who never bother reading video descriptions, which is about 75% of you by now, we're going to be farming pages, homunculus babies, what's the other one? Well, I actually don't need gears, because I farmed enough gears from Saber Wars already, so really the only two things I need now are pages and homunculus babies, and that's about it. So that's cool. So my plans for grinding this week are, because half AP Embers is coming up this week, my goal is to try to spend this and next week getting all the essential materials for all my servants that I currently have. Mainly I'm talking about my free-to-play servants, you know, like my 3 stars and 2 stars and my 1 stars. Those guys, all they need now are like a handful of pages and homunculus babies, and they're basically done. And with half AP Embers week coming up, actually tonight, technically speaking, I think. Now I just want to get all my servants max level if I can. I'll worry about their skills later, but for now, max level is what I'm really caring about most. So that's my grind plan for this week. Once I'm done with that, I can really let easy on the grinding. All I'm gonna be doing now is like maybe casual. Well, I say casual, but it's still gonna be kind of, you know, grindy compared to like, you know, casuals. But I won't be farming anywhere near as much as I used to. Like I don't need to farm caster dailies anymore. I really don't need to be farming rider dailies. The only class daily that I need to be farming are Saber dailies, and that's it. That's pretty much it for extra Phoenix feathers, and more importantly now, Saber cookies, which I never thought I'd have to say, or like at least like a few weeks ago, I never thought I'd be in a position to say, but here we are. So, anyways, how you guys doing in chat? Good day, bad day, whatever it is. I'm here to stream, and come watch me wail and farm like a little fucking whale. It'll be a good time. We're here to chill. We're here to have a good time. What time am I going to be pulling tomorrow? If I want to be exact, in roughly 22 hours. Roughly 22 hours. I want to say like 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Maybe 2 if I'm late because of work or some shit. Excuse me. Rip headphone users. I didn't mean to do that. Presuming you're not banned, why would I ban you, Adam? I banned someone else. It wasn't you. I banned Razor Pliz yesterday, not you. You haven't given me a reason to ban you yet, and let's hope it stays that way. Had bad luck farming ghost lanterns. I was the exact opposite yesterday. I got double lantern drops, 2 double lantern drops in a row yesterday, and a third one off stream. So that was really fun. Lanterns really like me now, but I guess in compensation, my page grinding today hasn't been very good. Like I've only gotten, how many pages did I get today? Like 11. I only got like 7-ish, 7 or 8 for the past like 2 or 3 hours, which is not good, but could be worse, I guess. I banned you last night? If I banned you, you should stay banned. You do know that, right? I don't remember unbanning anyone. Usually, people I ban stay banned. Either that or one of my mods like mysteriously banned you somehow. I don't know. Hey, a double page drop. Oh, and by the way, since you guys are already here in stream, I do have this impromptu agreement that's not an agreement. It's more like a troll, but over on NA Farmville, apparently while I wasn't paying attention, the people, the other whales on NA Farmville were so triggered over lantern drops that they made this de facto agreement that whoever posts pictures of double lantern drops indiscriminately agrees or unconditionally agrees to do a multi-roll on Story Banner or on Story Gacha. And I posted one picture, and I got 3 or I think I got like 4 drops total where I got double lantern drops. So I haven't told NA Farmville this yet, but if I actually do manage to summon Bryn, at least MP2, because I'm looking to MP2 her at the very least. If I do actually manage to MP2 her within, like, you know, very quickly, like MHX status, like 129 quartz, oh, we pulled MP2 at Bryn, Bryn, we're good here, I might actually do 4 story gacha pulls, just because, why not? So, there's that. So I'll be doing story pulls for no fucking reason, other than just, you know, hey, it's a troll. That'll be fun. Work is boring as hell again. I'm here to try to relieve your boredom. I mean, keyword is try, but you know. I'm telling NA Farmville now. Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, I don't really care now. Someone's bound to tell them. That and people like Tenebris and Zio sometimes pop into my stream every once in a while. Dire, those guys. So, if they're in the stream, they'll already have heard. I don't care. I'm not looking at Discord right now, because oddly enough, my graphics card is like weird. It's bugging out. Like, for some reason, it doesn't like Discord. Discord, whenever I have Discord up, there's always a chance that it could crash my graphics card. It's probably because I haven't cleaned out my PC in a while, so I'll probably have to clean it out one of these days if I'm not feeling really lazy. Go down to the store, buy a can of aerosol, and blow out the interior of my PC, which I'm sure is fucking dusty as hell. I'm sure. Gotta get around to doing that. Hey, the gold book was nice to me and didn't spawn me a salty ass fucking caster cookie. Wonderful. Love to see that. What am I farming today? Please read the video description. There's a reason why I always put this shit in the video descriptions. Is it the same for scale and talon drops? I wouldn't know. People have been harking about the heart drops first, because hearts are what people care about the most. I would assume that they're also very good, because if you take a look at the Saber Wars free quest nodes on Churnipedia or whatever, or on the wiki, it says on the Berserker node, I think it is, because Chimeras and Berserkers by default, there's a node, or there's a wave in that node, I think that's the second wave, it usually is, where 2 Chimeras at the same time spawn, just like demons. Because in the caster node, in the Da Vinci event, 2 demons spawn, or there's a chance that the second wave will have a double demon spawn. And when there's a demon spawn, there's always 2 of them. I think that's how it works. Can't be sure. And it's the same for Chimeras. The only thing that doesn't act that way are the dragons, because you know, obviously they're, you know, the Fafnirs, they're really freaking huge, so it'd be kind of weird to have them have like 2 of them at the same time. Though that means that obviously you can't get double scale drops, which sucks. Hopefully they like double the rate or something like that of scale drops to compensate. Though I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do that. Why would they think that? Why would they think that shit through? But the Talon drops, I would assume, would be as good because it's like a universal law in the farming aspect of FGO, where the Talons are the easiest of the 3 rarest essential materials in the game currently to get. Like, hearts have always been the most difficult, in my opinion, and then scales, and then talons. Talons are by far the easiest among those 3 to get. Like, even in the old class dailies, the talons had like a 6% or like almost a 60%, 6 not 60, 6% chance to drop in the old dailies. Compared to the fucking heart drop rate of like 3% and the dragon scale like 2. Something fucking ridiculous like that. And I still grinded that shit out. Holy fuck. So here's the hoping that the Talon drop rate is just as good. And because I farmed so many hearts during Saber Wars, I'm actually hoping that the Talon drop rate is actually going to be really good as well. And I can try to like balance my time between grinding for Talons and grinding for hearts at the same time, just like I did for Saber Wars. That is the hope. The dragon can also drop 2 scales. Well, shit. Well, shit. Scale drop chance is around 70%. It's not as good as I was hoping, but it's still a lot better than class dailies. So hey, I'll take it. And if the dragon itself can also have a chance to drop 2 scales at once, then that's fine. I'm down with it. Claws of the heart thing sometimes, not for me. Not for me. I'm more concerned about hearts. Hearts are the biggie for me. You're more going crazy over the bone drop rates? Well, that's why you farm Hyde Park to hell and back, and hopefully you grind up enough bones, right? And hey, we've got, you should have grinded the Christmas boxes, right? If you grinded the Christmas boxes, you got a ton of low-tier Ascension materials from that. Hero Proofs, Void's Dust, Bones, Dragon Fangs. Christmas boxes are the reason why I don't care about Bones. And because Da Vinci's Lottos have bones in them, they split up the low-tier Ascension materials in half between the true and the false Lottos. Just go for whichever one you want, just grind that Lotto out. You have a second chance coming up in like 2.5 months or so. You're dying for pages, you farm like 60 of them. Hey, guess what? I always keep telling people this, but imagine what I must have felt when the first weekend that London came out, I grinded 132 pages for Media Lilies and Tom of Skill at the same time. And that shit wasn't fun. And I did that in a weekend. Just fucking banging my head against my phone. You were referring to JP that you needed more bones? No, okay. Then in that case. In any case, I can't really help you there. Sorry. You hate that you joined the game right after Christmas event? Yeah, you kind of missed out. And I do apologize if I keep mentioning that, and that gets annoying, but I'll apologize ahead of time every time I do that shit. But if you joined right after Christmas, you really missed out. There's not really any sugarcoating it, really. I mean, joining the game after Christmas is already a very like late time frame to join the game anyway. Obviously, given the lifespan of NAFGO. considering it's only been out for 6-7 months now. Probably like around 7, 6.5, I would say. But yeah, you missed out. You missed out. Sorry. You love seeing a rash get used? Wow, you must be a fucking sadistic asshole then. But to each his own, I guess. Even if you did play during Christmas, as a free-to-play, you're only gonna get so many mats out of it. I mean, some is better than none, dude. Some is better than none. Though, in if you're bummed out that you missed certain events, FGO is nice in the sense that it always does reruns. So all the events that we've had so far, eventually they get reruns. Like Neurofest gets a rerun, I believe. On top of the Neurofest Reduxes that come out, like every year they do. They've, at least in the JP side, they've done like remixed Neurofests that come out that are like unique from the ones that came out previously. So like new Neurofests over the old ones that they do reruns of. Usually they're like the lighter versions. They call them they call the reruns like the light version. Which is where, obviously, they're not as grindy and you can't get as much stuff out of them. But the most important ones, like the welfare servants, you can still get from those, I believe. I'm under the impression that you should get them. But they do reruns eventually. Neurofest, Moonfest. Gouda eventually gets a rerun, but that's a long ways out. Halloween, too. Halloween gets the reruns. Christmas also gets reruns. It wouldn't be Christmas is definitely nowhere near as grindy as the first one because the first Christmas event you could farm those lottery boxes, as we call them, unlimited for an unlimited number of times. So you could do them as much as you want. But in the reruns, they actually hard cap you as at like a certain number. I've heard the number was like 72 or something. Where if you farm to that amount, the game says, "Okay, you're done." It's like stop. So there's that. So if you're bummed out that you missed out on like welfare servants that are exclusive to those events, don't worry. Those reruns, as long as you stick with the game and you keep playing it throughout the year, those events will come back as reruns, and you'll have another chance to get them again. But the collab events don't get reruns. That's true, yes. Collaboration events do not get reruns. So, in this sense, Synth, you actually joined at a very good time because you joined in time for Saber Wars. And Saber Wars is what we call a collaboration event. And those events do not get reruns because they're collaboration events. And if FGO were to do reruns of these events, it would mean more licensing issues. And y'all know that everyone loves licensing issues. So these events do not get rerun because of anime politics or whatever the fuck. So it's good that you joined now, so you see Saber Wars throughout the very least. Other events are much nicer, but this one, no. How does MHX count as a collab again? Koa Ace, I think. The Koa Ace collab. I believe. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And even then, it's probably not like a straight-up legit Koa Ace collab anyway. Because if they ever did a Koa Ace collaboration, I fully expect Majin Saber to come up as a raid-up servant. 5-star Avenger or 5-star Saber. Austin, that's been pretty much the hot topic of as of late on like Reddit and shit. I've heard about those problems. I've heard about them. Don't worry. People in chat are sure to let me know about that shit. I would say don't worry about it until Aniplex says we aren't getting those events. Like we'll need to have official confirmation of what they're actually going to do. For the time being, it's just a waste of time and effort worrying about them, in my opinion. Like the Aniplex has already promised that they're gonna keep, they're gonna stay as faithful to the JP schedule in terms of like events and scheduling and shit. So far they've made good on that promise, and it's not like they're gonna drop that. It's not like it seems like they'll drop that promise anytime soon. So I personally, at this moment in time, don't see any reason to worry. Obviously, that's what I say now. Maybe that opinion can change later on down the road, but for now, don't worry about it, dude. Well, there's a daily reset. You want to use the new Mystic code? The reason why I'm looking forward to that Mystic code is that that Mystic code, it has the same amount of XP that needs to be that you would need to grind it out for to level it as the default one, or no, the Fate Extella one, because you only need to grind like 8 million EXP total to get it to level 10, and I can do that in a week. Like straight up non-stop grinding. If that Mystic code came out during Saber Wars or like before Saber Wars, I would literally do it in a couple days. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Yeah, that's less than level 9 to 10 on London MC. Yeah, the London Mystic codes are fucking insane. Those are insane. When when I posted my picture of me getting reaching level 10 on my plug suit, that was like maybe a day after Sleep posted his on NA Farmville. And people told me that, you know, there are people on JP who have been playing the game since release and still don't have level 10 Plug Suit. So the grind for those Mystic codes is freaking insane. And I did it in a month. Sleep did it faster. I think we're probably like two of the only people on NA right now who even have a level 10 London Mystic code at all. Pretty sure. I'm sure there are other people on NA Farm who also have maxed out plug suits. You only need 4 million on plug suit to max it out. You'll get there. You'll get there. Only 4 hours left in Saber Wars. Yep, and I'm not farming it because there's literally no reason for me to anymore. I'm done with it. Not like in the bad sense, just there's no reason for me to grind it anymore. It's just better use of my time grinding for these pages and homunculus babies for my free-to-play servants. Maybe those players don't use Quartz to farm. Well, yeah, obviously. So thanks, Captain Obvious. Thanks for your input. Can you put the link to FGO Farmville? I don't think my chat allows links for some reason, so you can just go up to the Reddit, the FGO Reddit. Just Google FGO Reddit or whatever, the subreddit, and look on the side where they show you their links. One of them should be a Discord link. Give you an invite. The bot will automatically give you an invite, and you're good to go. Pretty much. Knock on wood that this is not a salty caster cookie. And it was. Fuck. Caster Day is all over again. Triggered. Is MHX better or worse than Jack? Worse. Jack is never bad. MHX is rarely good. So, yeah, just off that you could probably tell, right? What was my final heart total this event? I could probably go back and count, but I'm really lazy. Because I didn't keep track of all the hearts that I ever gained. Because how I track like how I quote unquote track essential materials that I ever get is I have like this little it's what I've been referring to as my spreadsheet that's not a spreadsheet throughout my streams. All I basically do is I type up like all the essential materials that I would need for like a particular servant on like Notepad, and every time I get one of those essential material drops, I just go to my Notepad and subtract that number by 1. That's all I do. And once they're complete, I either delete their name or I just get rid of their essential materials list. I just put in parentheses complete, so I know that I'm done with their essential materials. That's literally all I do. So I don't really have a good way of keeping track of like what my final heart count was. I would say roughly my total heart count was around like 150. I was gonna say 200, but I think that's too much. I think I'm overestimating if I say that. So I would say a safe guess is around 130 to 150. I could have farmed more, but I just decided just to stop grinding this event like a couple days ago. Like specifically yesterday, early yesterday, I was like, yeah, there's no point. Especially when we know about Da Vinci's event, where hearts just like literally rain from the sky. It's like, well, if that's gonna come up, like Saber Wars' heart drop rate was pretty good. Obviously, it's the best we've ever seen in an event, like in the game at all ever. Period. But if Da Vinci's got a better one, then may as well save quartz for that. That, and I've grinded so much that, like I said earlier in the stream, I don't need to farm caster dailies anymore. I just don't. I farmed so much that I even completed both Jalter's heart requirements and Jean's. My Jean is sitting at 999, and she's just waiting for her lures, which I'll give to her at some point. I just don't know though. I just don't know when. The problem is that assassins have like a 0.9% modifier. Yeah, but most of the time you're not using assassins as your DPS, unless you're going up against riders, then obviously that's a different story. But I would say most of the time you're not really using assassins as, you know, your main DPS. Sleet lost? What happened to Sleet? J9, what happened to Sleet? Why is his name Sleet Lost? Give me the deets. The deets. Can you make a video on how to make teams for farming specific things? Carlos, it's good. That's a good question you asked me, because before Saber Wars, that was the video that I was going to work on. The reason why I wasn't able to work on it was because, one, I was grinding Saber Wars like a madman. Two, when I first started writing the script for that video, in like the days leading up to Saber Wars, I realized that this video is gonna be really fucking long. This video could easily be my longest video to date. Just because of how many details that I want to pack into the video. It could easily be an hour long. I'm not even kidding you. It can be an hour long. Jay, I don't think you can link, you can post links in this chat. I don't know why. I don't remember, setting any, shit that, like, you know, options or whatever that forces, like, what is it? Like, people that you just can't post links in chat. I don't know how to disable that, so just like tell me what to Google and I'll probably look it up myself. I don't know why YouTube chat automatically disables links, but apparently that's a thing. Because I sure as hell didn't touch it. Until when am I streaming? I'm going to be streaming for maybe 3 more hours because I've got just message you on Discord. Okay, cool. Just send me the deets on over like Discord PM or something, and I'll take a look at it after I'm done streaming because I actually don't have Discord up right now. Because my graphics card doesn't like it when I have Discord up. It always has a perpetual 5% chance that it can crash my entire graphics card, and that's no fun. It's probably because I haven't cleaned out my PC in a long time, like I said. I'll probably do that soon. Hopefully soon. If I'm not feeling like an absolute lazy asshole. But just to answer that other guy who asked when I'm gonna stream until like 3 more hours, maybe 3.5 hours, because I got dinner plans with friends later tonight. Gotta catch some grub. When is the salty rolling stream? Tomorrow in about 22 hours or 21 hours. 21 or 22 hours. If you want an exact time frame, like 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 4 p.m. Eastern. Convert that to your respective time zones wherever applicable. If you can't do that, Google's your friend. And if you live in a country where Google's not accessible, well, sucks to be you. Spend $1,000 on a better graphics card. My graphics card is a 1070, so I don't think I need to upgrade. At least not right now. For the games I play, it's a perfectly acceptable. It's like more than enough for what the games I want to play. Usually. And I don't really play, at least these days, definitely, I don't play too many games that are like super graphics intensive. So, all I need to do is just clean it out. That's the real problem. Because I haven't cleaned it out in a fucking year. Because I'm lazy. Cleaning? What's that? I'm a lazy fuck. I don't clean shit. Except for my room. Because I like having it. Well, actually, my room is not exactly what you call clean, but it's not like unbearably fucking messy. I'm just a lazy ass. Madman! What am I mad over? Not worth upgrading right now, prices are inflated. Yeah, I wasn't gonna plan on upgrading anyway. Like a 1070 is perfectly fine for what I do. For what I do. Hey, what's up, Blaze Gamer? How's it going, dude? Shisho, Bryn, please. Bitch, please. I'm waiting for Keo Lancer and Parvati. I'm waiting for Keo Lancer, too. I'm waiting. And as soon as she hits, I'm getting her to max spawn alongside Vanilla Keo instantly. After that, I'll wait patiently until JPFGO finally releases Shimoza Kyo as like a 5-star rider or a 5-star Saber. I'm patiently waiting. Pages really don't like me today. Holy shit. What the fuck? I did get a double page drop earlier, and that is a double bone drop, which isn't bad considering how many fucking bones you need in the future. But yeah, no, I'm kind of looking for pages right now, game. Kind of looking for pages. If you could give to me, that'd be real appreciated. Thank you. Oh, I should also probably throw on MHX to complete her bond. Because all the grinding during Saber Wars got my MHX to bond level 9 already. Go figure. Hey, what's up, Divine? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Looks like Razor Ninja's back here with us. Fuck it. Who is it? Razor, not Razor. J9, I'm giving you mod. And, I know JJ was here in chat earlier. If he shows up again, I'll give him mod too, because I know I see him regularly in, over at NA Farmville Discord. I just want to mod people who I see regularly over on NA Farmville, just so that I know, just so I can easily see whenever they show up. At least I think J9's in mod now. Yeah, there. Yo, what? Hey, how's it going, dude? You're now a mod now, JJ. Because I see you pretty regularly on the NA Farm build. Even though we don't really talk much. Because I usually lurk. I just lurk and read chat. But I know I see you there. It's not the real J9. I know. I know J9 and JJ are two different people. This chat is gonna turn into NA Farmville when they nuke the Reddit farm when they nuke the Reddit Discord. This will be our second home, our Fallout shelter. Kappa. Best FGO girl? Too many to choose. Why can't I have all of them? You have a new goal now? What's that? This will be the new Avalon. You joined the NA Farmville thread, but you heard it's a bit cancerous. If you call NA Farmville a bit cancerous, basically every other channel on the Reddit Discord is cancerous. You want to see cancer? Go to Gotcha Salt on the evening that a new banner goes up. But again, that's just Gotcha Salt. That's what you should expect. We're pretty chill over on the NA Farmville, dude. We're all sarcastic assholes, but if you get past that, then we're just a bunch of dudes who just troll each other and have a good time. Top 10 then in no particular order. I don't know. All variants of Tamamo, which there are only 2, so Tamo and Tamo Lancer. Kyo Lancer, so there's 4 already. Musashi, that's 5. Who else? Personally, Meta Lily, but she's not on many people's radar. I don't know. That's like 6 right there. I need 4 more, right? Fuck, I don't know. Amy checks Ultra, I guess, because she wears glasses. Confirmed Toho Sniper 98 has a glasses fetish. Which I don't normally have, but it applies to her for some reason. So that's 7. Who else is on my account? After this run, I'll look through my account just to see who else. Oh, Tomoe Gozen, of course. Tomoe Gozen. If you're looking for a top 10 waifu list, Tomoe Gozen has gotta be on there. Like, let's be honest with ourselves right now. She's gotta be on there. Like, if you don't have Tomoe Gozen on your top 10 list on an FGO waifu list, that's sacrilegious, and you should feel bad. You are bad, and you should feel bad. So that's 8. Don't know about the others. Maybe Queen of Sheba, I guess, as number 9. And looking at my account here. Actually, scratch that. I'll take out Queen of Sheba, and I'll replace them with replace the last 2 with Altera and Okita. So there you go. Done. Disclaimer: list is subject to subject to change, just like in those ads, where they put all those disclaimers at the end. And they talk really fast so to make sure you can't hear it. That quartz? What, you mean the number that I have now? You should see me on Banner Day. And even then, that's just that's chump change compared to what other whales have prepared for new banners. Lol. Why no love for Nightingale? I like Nightingale. Don't get me wrong, I like her. It's just that waifu. Do I really want to commit to a relationship with someone like her? Not sure. No love for Arashkigal. I was never a Rin fag to begin with. I was never really a Rin fag. Like, I like tsunderes, don't get me wrong, but I'm not too huge into blondes. That and, I'll pass on Bryn. Shit taste, to be honest. Are you talking about me? I don't understand the point of you calling other people's taste shit. Like, it's all just preferences at the end of the day. Only people who have a reason to say that kind of stuff, where they go around calling other people's taste shit, is because people who literally are insecure about their own preferences, and they feel justified to shit on other people's because, you know, they don't feel too confident about their own. Tsundere is top tier archetype mate. Hey, listen, I like tsunderes myself too. I like tsunderes myself. In fact, my very first waifu ever was actually Shana from Shakugan no Shana. Because that was the anime that got me real involved in like anime shit, you know. That anime was the reason why I graduated from a normie to a weeb. Because of that anime right there. Like, before that, I'd watch other animes, sure, yes, but I was kind of always on the fence on it. I was like, do I really like anime? Or is it just something like I just watch and be like, ah, yeah, whatever, I'm cool with it, right? Like, there are plenty of people out there who aren't weebs, but they don't mind watching anime. If they like it enough, but they're not weebs. Shakugan no Shana was the anime where I graduated from a normie to a full-blown fucking weeb. The point of no return. So, I like tsunderes as much as the next person, but there's a fine line, in my opinion, where tsunderes just kind of cross the line, and it's not that Ereshkigal crosses the line. Like, I've seen her dialogue, and I've heard her voice lines. They're fine. Normally, I have no reason to like her. It's just that, for some reason, with Ereshkigal, I just don't. I think the main reason for that is because she's blonde, and I'm not too hot on blondes. Like, I'm not your typical like Japanese person or Chinese person where they're for some reason really infatuated with people with hair colors that are not black or really dark brown. Like, I'm not one of those people. In fact, one of my favorite hair colors is just black. That's one of my favorite hair colors. Like, not gonna lie. Like, I just like ordinary hair colors. Like black. I like blue hair, but that's not ordinary, so I guess that defeats my point. But black and blue are like my two favorite hair colors. So, Ereshkigal, I'll pass. So Rin, Rin doesn't really do it for me. Not really, though. Like I said, I'm not a Rin fag, so. What do you think about shooting? Really good staller. And lore-wise, well, I wouldn't like her lore-wise, personally. But hey, 5-star assassin with an AoE MP, sure, why not? I'm on that boat. Let me in there, coach. I'll handle him. Get me in there. Did I like Saber or Sakura? I'm like on Sakura. Like I can lean either way, but more I just like whatever. Sakura. Tragic backstory, cool I guess. Saber I used to be kind of like too, but over time over time, I've kind of Saber is one of those rare instances where I kind of warmed up to her character over time. It's probably because I much prefer seeing her in casual clothing. Saber in casual clothing is pretty freaking good civilization, if I might say so myself. But that was like a very gradual. It's like Saber's. Here's a perfect analogy. Saber's like wine. She aged really well for me. That's my terrible analogy of the day right there, folks. Thank me later. I'll be here all day. But Saber is like wine. Good wine. She aged well. And now we've got that Shokigeki no Soma-esque anime short where Shiro's basically cooking food for everybody and everyone eats it. We got that shit. We all know Steno's top tier in FGO. Oh, really? Y'all know what I feel about Steno by now, though. It's interesting that you bring that up, Raven, is because I much prefer long hair over short hair, and I've seen fan art of Shooting Doji with long hair, and if she has long hair in lore, fuck, shit, my weakness, my greatest weakness, long hair over short hair, or short hair girls, or girls who usually have short hair having long hair. Ugh. My weakness. My one weakness. She does have shape-shifting. That is true. That is true, because apparently Jalter has the self-modification skill. That's the reason why she goes from having short hair to long hair from her second to third ascensions. So there's that. BRB searching Gelbaru. Hey, you can find it pretty easily. If I could post, actually as a mod, I can as like someone on my own channel, as like, you know, broadcaster, I actually can post links. Actually, because, whatever. We're all just shit posters here at the end of the day. I'll search up the post where Shooting Doji has long hair. Can I find it is the question. I'm pretty sure I can. Shooting Doji. Long underscore hair. There we go. Actually, that's a bad combination of search tags. Let's see. Instead of long hair, we'll go alternate hairstyle. Oh yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple. It's just that some of these are not safe for work, so I won't be posting those links. But any of the links that are actually safe for work, I'll post. Yeah, there's quite a few with Shooting Doji with long hair. It's just that I'm kind of having trouble finding one that's actually safe for fucking work. There was one that was actually safe for work. What the hell was that one? Some of these pictures also probably don't have the correct tags. I guess that's one. Blah blah blah. Post in chat. Just a warning, everyone in chat, that link is not safe for work. Like, the picture itself is still safe for work, but the website itself isn't. So, there you have it. Just be careful, wherever you are. But long hair is one of my many weaknesses, especially if girls who normally have short hair are drawn or depicted in any way having long hair. That shit is pull the knife out of my heart. And once again, I keep forgetting to throw on MHX so I can complete her bond. Linking hentai. It's one step shy of linking hentai. Yep, one step shy. I'm technically not. I'm technically not posing hentai, but one wrong link and yep. Boru sites on stream. I know, right? It's okay. I'm the broadcaster. It's okay. Safe for work consideration, much appreciated. There is actually, let me go ahead and search it up on SafeBoru instead, because the SafeBoru website actually basically gets rid of all the not safe for work images. So if I were to do this, I wonder if you can actually search up these ones at the same time. Do I even have Fate? They don't. SafeBoru doesn't even have a Fate Grand Order tag. What the? Oh, for fuck's sake! The fuck? What's with this fucking bootleg of a? Do I seriously have to fucking type out shooting doji all at once? Doji. Nothing. God damn it, Saber, why are you so shit? Why are you so shit? Even then, Saber has plenty of images that are pretty much not safe for work anyway. So I wouldn't know why you would go to Saber when there are pretty much pictures with tits almost hanging out. It's just that, hey, it's not hentai because the nips are covered, lol. Ah, yes. Alright, here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be posting a link to a site with all the shooting doji pictures with long hair, or at least alternate hairstyles. This website is technically safe for work, quote unquote, so I'm technically not posing hentai. There you go. I'm technically not posting hentai. Kappa. All these bones and no pages, god damn it. Still need 6 more pages for fucking a cool blue guy. Who I don't even want to get pages for, but fuck. Nothing? That link is dead? The fuck? All I literally did was take that exact same link. That's strange. The fuck? Okay, well, link is dead, I guess. Just go Google shooting doji, SafeBoru, and something will show up. Just Google it, you lazy assholes. Why do I have to always spoon feed you shit? Come on now. Just wait for Jal to event and we can open boxes with pages in them. Yes, I know that, but for right now I just want to farm pages so I can get all my free-to-play servants max ascended. That's what I want to work on. And this week is half AP Embers, so might as well do that. I'm very much aware that pages are in a Da Vinci Lotto. I'll only grind them out for skills, not now, obviously. I just want to do these to cover people's levels, not skills.
サンタからの贈り物聖夜に沈めモルガそうだよやらん
Where did I get the clip of everyone running when Ku died in my latest video? Just type up Ransashinda on YouTube. You'll find something. Ransashinda! この人出だし! この人出だし!
先ほど踊り続けるのいきますギロチンブレイカー
Day number 4, hour number 3 of waiting for pages to drop. Still no end in sight. Har har har. I'm the last whale? Oh no, by no means. Starting to feel bad for a rash. Hey, well, if it makes you feel any better, there are at least over 1,000 other people at any given moment telling Arash to go blow themselves up. So it ain't just me, dude. You only feel bad for Arash because you're watching me blow him up. If you feel bad for him, you gotta feel bad for all the Arashes out there around the world being told to get blown up. Waiting on those pages drops, game. Where are my pages drops at? There's literally 4.5 hours to the next friggin' AP half AP Embers shit. And while I remember, instead of always forgetting like I always do, swap MHX in. Oh, she's not bond level 9 yet, I guess. Almost there though. Still waiting. And 4.5 hours till your next page. Oh god. I have gone 3 hours without a single page drop before. It's happened. That shit was brutal. It has actually happened. Am I gonna wail for Bryn? Can I ask you something? Do you ever bother reading video descriptions? Because there's one for live streams too. In case you didn't notice. Kind of question sometimes that FGO lowers drop rates if you try to farm too hard on one thing. I'm sure there's something. Or just blame it on desire sensor like everyone does. I personally just blame it on it. Is it weird that we didn't get any Russian servants until FGO Part 2 started? You're forgetting Helena. So, one Russian servant. Helena is Ukrainian. Oh, am I pulling a classic American syndrome again, where any Slavic sounding last name or surname is automatically thought of as Russian? Am I doing that shit again? Sorry, American syndrome here. But just to verify and fact check. I like how when I type in Helena Blavatsky into Google, the second entry is Helena Blavatsky FGO. According to Wikipedia, which I know is everyone's favorite source for valid information, Helena Blavatsky was a Russian occultist, spirit medium, and author who co-founded the Theosophical Society in 1875. So she is Russian, but she was born in an area where it's now considered Ukraine. Aristocratic Russo-German family. So, no, I would say she's Russian. Just based off on that. I mean, you could argue that her nationality is Ukrainian according to modern terms, but Ukraine didn't exist back then, I don't think. Because it was still part of the Roman Empire. Or, not Roman Empire, what the fuck? The Russian Empire back in those days. So technically she's Russian. Because Ukraine didn't exist. And plus, ethnically, she was also Russian. Part of a aristocratic Russian, a Russo-German family. So, I mean, I guess you could argue that Helena is Ukrainian, but only if she were living in current times. Or if she had lived during current times, that is. But as far, after reading that, as far as I'm concerned, she genuinely is Russian. So, well, whatever. Yes, Savior, I heard. Well, that's not really going to be a problem for me with my kind of account, but, you know, yes, I've seen it. Fucking falling asleep over here at the lack of page drops. More Mexicans? what Mexicans do we have? Isn't Quetzalcoatl the only one? And even then, she's not really Mexican. She's Aztec. Or, like, you know, the ancestors of... I don't even want to say that. I'm sure some people will get triggered if I say that. Quetzalcoatl was fucking Aztec. So technically speaking, we don't really have any Mexican servants in the game. Technically. Oh boy, we're getting swept away into the who do you want next as servants in the games discussion, huh? Oh, I know where this looks gonna go.
シャンパンの準備はいいな。プレゼントの時間だ。サンタからの贈り物、聖夜に沈め。モルガー。
こういう感じ？
Monty Python Arthur. Instead of bringing in a new servant, they should just do a Monty Python satire, or a parody of Monty Python, which itself is satire. We're getting layers here, layers upon layers.
花のように火のように
私の名前を覚えていきな。てめえはソエルドラゴン。太陽を落とした女。
Bring out the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
咲き誇り踊り続けるのいきますわよギロチンブレイカーみんな大
What other historical European figures should be added to FGO? Well, the obvious ones are Charlemagne and Richard the Lionheart, but they're pretty much gonna be in the game as soon as Extella Link comes out, so no need to worry about that. Though I will say that if they ever add in Richard the Lionheart, it would be really cool if they also brought in Saladin. Oh, on the subject of Crusades, we'll bring in Barbarossa too, as a berserker or some shit. Lol.
いいね。
We'll have a Crusade reunion. And everyone will get triggered seeing each other. And I'll love every second of it. Justinian? How about Constantine?
プレゼントの時間だ。サンタからの贈り物、聖夜に沈め。モルガー。よっ。 ここが命の張りどころってね。私の名前を覚えていきな。てめえはソエルドラゴン。太陽を落とした女ってな。
咲き誇り踊り続けるのいきますわよギロチンブレイカー
おしまいかい？じゃあ一切合切いただくよ。
No Korean servants? Man, what, you don't want Korean servants in the game? This is Japan we're talking about? you do realize that they can have Koreans. There's no law in Japan that says that you can't have Koreans, people or Korean ethnicities represented in Japanese games, right?
やるときは本気でやるって決めてる。
任せておけ。
Don't Koreans and Japanese people hate each other is what I think what he's trying to say. Listen, I've talked about this before. I've talked about this yesterday. The governments don't like each other, but the people, as in the people themselves, for the most part, we're chill. For the most part, we're chill. Like I said, I've gone and lived in Japan as a Korean person, as an ethnic Korean person myself. I'm full fucking Korean, and I went to live in Japan for half a year. Everyone was cool. Everyone was cool with me. We got history, yes, but that's a thing of the past. We're kind of over it now. That was a different time then. Obviously, the governments having politics involved in bullshit like that, they're a little bit iffy. But we're not talking about the government right now. We're talking about games. So, whatever phobia that you have that, oh my god, Japanese games can't have Korean people in them, get over it. Because there are way more famous games, like Guilty Gear, or King of Fighters, that have well, Guilty Gear only recently had a Korean representative, but King of Fighters is a fighting game franchise that has been around for God knows how long, at least 20 years, and they've always had Korean representation as part of their core roster. And that was 20 years ago. The reason why I'll say that FGO can't have Korean representation is because we're dealing with historical figures, and if FGO butchers some historical figures, and the Korean government gets wind of it, they might get a little bit upset. But the game already butchers fucking historical figures around the fucking world, and no one's raised a damn thing about that. Again, this is Korea and Japan we're talking about. But if you want to avoid that kind of a problem, all you need to do is just, make sure that you make those servants at least somewhat historically accurate. And I'm sure they can do that. If they can make fucking Hijikata pretty much historically accurate to what he was, well, looks anyway. By looks, obviously, his character is probably not exactly 100% accurate to what he was in real life. But at least he looks the part. So as long as they do that, give the whatever Korean servants that come their way the same kind of treatment, or hell, if they want to gender swap them, just don't make them overly fucking sexualized or whatever. Then there shouldn't be a problem. That's not really a valid argument anymore. IMO. There should be no reason to fear something like that. There's no point. We cool chat, come on, bruh. Exactly. Exactly. So what if female Korean servants are made to look like K-pop idols? Well, it depends on which Korean servants, like famously historic. There are quite a few famous female Korean historical figures. They would have to be careful on which ones they depict like that. They'd have to. Those are dangerous. Those are potentially dangerous waters they're treading. They can do it. It's just you gotta do it in a way where it's not gonna piss off the Korean government as soon as they find out about it. But I'm sure Japan's made more derogatory shit about Korea. I'm sure. So it's not like it's a complete worry. We've seen worse. We'll go ahead with Dyers or Mebs. Personally, I've made designs for a gender swapped King Sejong and a gender swapped Admiral Li Xunshin. Personally, I have an idea of how I would like them to appear if they were gender swapped. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, fuck, Japan's already gender swaps a lot of their own national figures anyway. Musashi, Oda, list goes on, right? Doesn't really matter as servant the kind of dress that they're wearing. Yeah, lore-wise, servants are summoned into whatever era that they're in, with like general knowledge of like, you know, modern-day culture and whatnot. So that's not really an issue. That's not the issue. You're gonna steal my gacha luck for tomorrow, assuming that I have any. But we'll see, right? Genghis Khan's grandson was an emperor in China. Yes, Kublai Khan. Was it Kublai Khan? Fuck, I don't remember. But yeah, one of Genghis's direct descendants was ruling China for a bit. That's why they had the Mongol dynasty in China. Steal all your bad luck? Yeah, alright. Luck doesn't exist really, shit just happens. Oh no, luck definitely exists. It's just that most of the time, the normies like us don't see it. But no, luck exists. You see that post where someone pulled like 5 fucking nightingales in one gacha multi-roll? Yeah. Luck exists, it's just most of the time you're not gonna see it. There's no maintenance tonight? Not sure. There might be some maintenance in order to take down the Saber Wars event, but usually that's never happened. So I would assume that there is no maintenance, but we'll see. We shall see. It's all random. Yeah, well, how else do we describe someone getting really good pulls from like a gacha or like a lottery or something? We call that lucky. Hence, implying that luck does exist in some way, fashion, shape, or form. Is it likely? No. But if someone gets really lucky and we don't have a word that describes luck or lucky, what the hell are we going to call that? You can't use fortunate either, because fortunate implies lucky. Oh, that's just supposed to happen? Oh, that's just the way things go? Like, what? I have some word for it. But no, I personally don't think there should be maintenance today, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened before. That feel when the gods are on your side. Well, what if you're not religious? Then what? If you're atheist, then obviously you can't say, "Oh, the gods are on my side," because what god are you referring to if you're atheist? You could probably say that if you're actually religious, but not when you're atheist. Polls are taken from a pseudo-random stream, so technically it's based on when you press the button. Yeah, I think so. It probably works something like that, right? It's not like your luck is predetermined. It's whenever you decide to roll. And the game's just like, alright, we're gonna give you this, this, and this. Have fun. The machine spirits. Well, even if you say spirit, it's like, well, you're still implying, like, you're, you believe in, like, external powers, right? So, even then that's iffy. Nah, whatever. We're getting deep on this shit. Y'all know what happens when chat discusses things that are too deep. Y'all know what happens. We only got one page drop this entire stream, and I've already been streaming for almost an hour and a half. What the fuck? They're cutting you off. They find a side that you farm too much. I only farmed Saber Wars too much, and I was still getting a decent rate of heart drops and talon drops in that event. This is something unrelated. Well, as much as I would like to think that is. You should expect bones dropping instead of pages when farming this quest, only if you've got a limited amount of resources. I've got 100 quartz, I can expect pages. Because eventually I'm gonna get some, it's just when. Is a 2 million event farmable? What do you mean? The 2 million event? You mean the Bryn event? That's not even an event. It's just a rated banner. Rated banner, and then you get a new mystic code. That's it. There's no event for that shit. Having the same problem with lanterns. I was getting a lot of lantern drops yesterday. Lanterns are really liking me right now. It's just pages aren't. Didn't realize the page drop rate was this bad. Apparently, statistically speaking, it's roughly a 25% chance to get pages to drop. So if that's true, I'm being really unlucky right now because a quarter chance is actually not really bad odds. Those aren't bad odds at all. 25%, but yeah, sometimes it can feel bad. After London, are there any better places for pages? I have to look up the JP drop sheet, but I kind of don't want to do that right now.
はいよいいだ
I'm sure there are. It's just right now London is the only place. Yeah, this issue with horseshoes. Surprisingly, I don't have that issue. Surprisingly, if I farm horseshoes enough, I'll eventually get them. And I don't ever recall any horseshoe farming to be like super painful, with the exception of Saber Wars, because shoe drop rates in that node, in the Comet node, was fucking ass. And you may as well just farm Caldera Island. You'd probably be more successful doing that.
サンタからの贈り物聖夜に沈め
You'll get trolled with Fion and all. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, obviously. People are gonna, tons of people are gonna just burn him as soon as they see, as soon as they get him. Shinjuku 2 node for page drops. Yeah, but that's like a year out from now. 2 in-class exams tomorrow. Middle of January? What the fuck? Are you in like high school or something? Because I remember when I was in high school, we had this strange thing where our first semester didn't end at the end of the year before winter vacation, which is what you'd normally expect it to do. Because, you know, it just makes logical sense that you would end the semester before winter vacation. But apparently, when I was in high school, we went past winter vacation. It was still first semester, so we had to take our finals like the second week after we got back from winter vacation. And that was fucking awful, because what that meant for me personally was that me coming from an Asian family, we wouldn't really go on vacations instead, or like just chill or do whatever the hell we wanted. Instead, my mom would be like, okay, your finals are after winter vacation, so you're gonna spend the next 2 weeks fucking studying for them, because I'm a fucking Asian mom, and I want you to go to college to be a good dentist or a doctor or a lawyer. That was basically my high school winter vacation wrapped up in a nutshell. 4 years of that shit. Fun times.
勝つも負けるも派手に使い切ろうじゃないか
いいだろ
任せな
Oh, I remember those days. Winter vacation? What's that? 2 weeks of studying? Sounds like that to me. Alright. The only exception to that was when I was in my senior year of high school. But even then, that still kind of applied. I don't miss high school. I really don't. People, sometimes my friends ask me, oh, do you ever feel like you want to go back to high school? I just answer them no. No, I'm perfectly happy where I am now, thank you. The high school needs to be burned. Well, I did go to a top 100 public high school in America school, so I wouldn't say burn it down, because that school was actually filled with, like, almost everyone there was like, for the most part, they were pretty reasonable and chill. We didn't have bullies. Pretty much everyone who actually tried in their classes was pretty smart overall, like on average. Like even our fucking jocks were going to science fairs and shit. It didn't help them in our football record though. Fucking they went entirely defeated the entire season. Like quality-wise, my high school was pretty fucking top-notch. Like you didn't have like blatant fucking idiots running around, which I'm sure is not really the same. It cannot be said for all your schools. Yeah, we were all nerds. Yeah, we were all nerds. Even the cool kids were nerds to a certain extent. Now it's a little bit different, from what I can tell. Just because they changed up the scheduling. So now I think they actually do have their finals before winter vacation. So that way, I think the winter vacation no longer needs to be a 2-week stretch where people always do nothing but study for their finals. They kind of caught up to that, and I think they changed it now. Because every year when I was in high school, they kept pulling the schedule of the school semester back like a little bit each year. So I think now now that high school starts like mid-August. I think they still might start in like late August. Maybe. I haven't been there in a while.
トナカイに乗るシャンパンの準備は任せてよサンタからの
Add another death to their rash flag. You're never gonna live this shit down. You're never gonna live this rash shit down.
やらん
High school was easy. I thought college was easier. To be perfectly honest. Except for my first year because I had bio and I didn't give a flying fuck about bio. So I failed that class. I was like, don't care. Still got an F in bio first semester of college. Still pulled my GPA back up to a 3.0. I was like, I don't care that I failed bio. Fuck it. 3.0 GPA, here we come. And I did it. Easy, boys. Yeah, I think college was easier than in high school. Because in high school I had all these, typically you have all these subjects that you need to worry about at the same time. College, you can just choose whatever you want. Hey, a page, finally. When was the last time I got a page? Like an hour ago? I forget. Stream for an hour and a half. Actually, it's not. It was only like 5 minutes ago. What the fuck? It's only been 10 minutes since I last looked at the dashboard clock. Why is time going so slow? Usually, whenever I look at usually whenever I look at my live stream dashboard timer or clock that shows how long I've been streaming, every time I look at it, it always seems to go forward an hour. Is Vessel of the Saint a must-have CE? From what I remember, no, not really. I don't think so. In fact, I could actually just check it right now. Vessel of the Saint. Vessel of the Saint, yes. Grants a unit immunity to debuffs 3 times and increases unit MP generation by 15 to 20%. I mean, I could see this being useful in like battles where you know the enemy is gonna debuff you a lot. But even then, like in certain special quests in the future, there are gonna be enemies who just apply debuffs to you no matter what anyway because the game says fuck you, you're gonna take these debuffs, and no amount of debuff immunity will make you immune from them. Outside of like I think very special cases. So I guess you could kind of cheese certain parts of the game, I guess, but those times are not going to be frequent, let me tell you. So. Who's next for pages? I'm working on Cool Blue Guy's pages right now. I need 5 more. So once I get 5 more, I'm completely done with his Ascension levels, or Ascension materials rather. And next I'll be working on Paracelsus. How old am I? I am like, God, I fucking forget my own age. I'm like 23, 24, 23, 24. You guys can guess. I forget my own age. I don't celebrate my birthdays anymore, so sometimes I just outright fucking forget. Cool Blue Guy, Cool Caster? No, Gee. Caster Gee. Is my waiver 10-10-10? He can be 999, but I'm currently farming for pages for other people at the moment, so waiver's gonna have to keep a backseat and for the time being. I might not even farm for his pages until like Jalter event, to be honest. What do you think are some of the must-have CEs in the future? Shit like Holy Night Dinner. That CE is fucking broken. People kept calling me out for using limit broken K-scopes in one of my low-star heroes videos, but the real broken shit is Holy Night Dinner and shit like that, you know? But thankfully it's an event craft essence and not one you have to pull from the gacha, so hey, there's that. Invul's given by CEs, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about, Drunk Farmer. You're not understanding what I meant when I said, like, debuff immunity. When I was talking about that. I'm referring to when the enemy casts a debuff on you, not Invul. Obviously, they can't take away your Invul, because that's Invul. But, I'm talking about whenever enemies, I like, for example, like, Neurofest 2017 over in JP, right? For some of the challenge quests, as soon as you enter the field, the enemy casts a debuff on you, or something like that, and you can't do shit about it. Like, even if you brought in, Vessel of the Saint, where it says, you know, the holder of this craft essence is granted immunity to debuffs 3 times. Well, okay, well, dude, what was the point of you bringing that again? Not sure. Not talking to me, alright. Talking to someone else. My bad, I can't keep an eye on chat all the time. Whole Night Dinner shows that Guy opened a bar in inside Chaldea. Yeah, Jalter. That's what you notice? I noticed Jalter being smashed as fuck. Drunk Jalter? Yes, sir. Hey, Jalter, wanna smash? That's what I noticed. Drunk Jalter. Yes, sir. But yes, it's also pretty funny seeing Fate Zero Caster in a tuxedo, or not really a tuxedo, just a suit, a bartender's suit. Get the unholy pure maiden drunk. She's drinking with her dad. For some reason, that comment amused me more than it probably should have. Alright, give me a second, boys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, boys, we're back. Time to go send Arash to his death as usual. You hope Nobu can get a costume change in the future? It's funny that you mentioned that because I've actually seen a single piece of fan art where Nobu is in a traditional, like a modified but a traditional Japanese wedding dress, like a very traditional one, not like modern marriage dress, like a traditional Japanese one. And she's carrying an umbrella, and she was classified as a lancer. That'd be hilarious. I don't know why I had to say that. I just seeing that comment reminded me of me at that time that I saw that one piece of fan art, seeing Nobu like that. Like potential ideas for a future Valentine's event or whatever. In fact, I'm actually pretty interested in what they're going to do for the next Valentine's event on JP. Because the first Valentine's was Nero Bride, the second one was MHX Alter. So who are they gonna bring out this time? Because every Valentine's event seems to have been a unique, limited 5-star servant of some kind. I actually wouldn't mind if they pull a twist and introduce like a male 5-star for Valentine's. I wouldn't mind that either. But then again, Japan has what's called White Day, where it's kind of like Valentine's but for guys. So that's why they have the whole Chaldea Boys thing every year, 2016 and 2017. They had Amakusa and Astolfo for the first one, and then Proto Arthur for the second one. Welfare 5-star, yeah, in your fucking dreams. When FGO dies, which is never, then we'll get a Welfare 5-star. FGO's dying, release Welfare 5-star. Or better yet, release, give everyone a ticket that lets them choose a free 5-star of their choice. Problem solved, game saved. Which crafters am I getting? Oh, you mean for the one that's coming out, the one that are coming out in 3 hours or so? I'm looking at either like John's or Sabers. I was also considering Altera's, but I realized that I already have Altera's Fate Extella Spiritron portrait that we got earlier last year, so I'll probably go for someone different. Maybe Sabers or John's. Saber because she was my first 5-star, and John because I don't know, she's the only one I really have any that I really actually care about of among the selections that we do have. I'll have to take a look at it again, see if there are anyone else that I would actually be remotely interested in. Excuse me. Just get Darius or Clown, man. I know that some people on NA Farmville actually care about everyone getting all the Spiritron portraits so that they can like friend them or something like that, so that they can use their servants with those CEs equipped and get their data logged in on their account. Because that's a thing. Whoops. Incorrect order, but whatever. So you did a random 10 roll a couple hours ago. You got MHX. Congratulations. Random 10 rolls are good civilization. Don't worry, that's how I got Tomomo too. After 1,000 quarts of not getting her, got her the next day on a random 10 roll while I was out doing errands, the best kind. And Tomomo was my last pull too. So glad you got MHX that way. A souvenir to take with you as a final send-off to Saber Wars, right? Don't leave Saber Wars alone. Here, it's dangerous. Here, take this. Congratulations, you got MHX. Now, I assume you're going to be skipping the Bryn Hilder banner, because there's someone else you really care about in about a month's time, or not even that. Maybe like even 2 weeks, depending on how fast they feel like putting out Neurobride. Zeno, I assume that you would rather have them release Valentine's at the end of the month rather than like right after Bryn's event, right? I mean, at the end of Bryn's event, it's pretty much the end of it's pretty much the end of January, anyways. I guess that's just saying the same thing, I guess. Your pride must have it. Well, there's your answer, I guess. Oh, there's your answer. No, that means you're not gonna be pulling. And I got my answer right there, boys. Mustn't stray from Jalter, be strong. You Jalter fags are always so amusing. Nothing wrong with being a Jalter fag, though. But you guys are really funny to watch. Yandere Lancer and good art, worth rolling. You don't have MHX, so you're unlucky then? I mean, at the end of the day, if you just look at it mathematically, you know, you only have a 1% chance to get a 5-star servant, and that's obviously not very good odds. That and it's, that's a 1% chance to get any, particular 5-star, so getting MHX in particular, God help ya. Jalter is your favorite servant. You really must love you some edgelords, huh? Some edgelords. Oh, the edge. Can you feel the edge tonight, boys? You love Jalter? Oh, the edge. Where are my razor blades? Razor blades. Razor blades. My best horrible Aussie accent. Dante's is the ultimate edgelord. Yeah, the ultimate edgelord. He doesn't even face the people he's fighting. He just sticks his back to them. Like what the? How fucking edgy do you need to be to have that kind of a pose? Like fucking really? My edge. That was an Australian accent, that's why I said horrible, my best horrible Australian accent. Because I can't do accents for shit. I really can't. I just do them for fun and because I know I'll sound stupid while doing so. You argue there are even bigger edgelords in this game, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat fucking Jalter and Dante's. I mean, pretty much all the altar servants are all edgelords. Like, maybe you can argue that Salter isn't as much of an edgelord because all she cares about is fucking eating hamburgers all day. Or pancakes. Or whatever. Dante's pose was more of a reference to the Arjuna bug. Why did Arjuna sometimes spawn backwards, with the sprite backwards? Even if it's a reference, it still means Dante's is an edgy piece of shit. Avengers are literally fueled by the edge. They're fueled by riser blades. Salter likes fried chicken? Yeah, that too. Yeah, Santa Alter at least. Siegfried is kind of an edgelord too. He just says sorry all the time, what the fuck? He just says sorry all the time. I don't see how that's edgy, but whatever. I'm sure he can have an edgy side to him. Should you use MP1 Kintoki, MP2 Vlad, MP3 Herker, MP5 Talmacat? It depends. Do you have limit broken K-scope? You should probably stick it on. You should probably give that to your MP5 Talmacat and put her on your support. If not, then probably Kintoki because the skills are actually geared for farming pretty much. Whereas the others are more like, you know, general suited for general battles and whatever. Not sure. You do you, buddy. Yeah, I heard you talking about that on Farmville, J9. I heard you talking about it. Or you could just roll story banner. Just roll story gotcha. Don't worry, it's not as painful as it seems. And even if it is, You'll get used to it soon. Hey, when I rolled story gotcha for Media Lily, before Okinawa's Part 2 banner came out, I got 2K scopes. I got 2K scopes. So, and I even have video proof of it. If you go on my channel and look up my video that says Wailing for Media Lily, Part 1, you'll see me get 2K scopes, I think. No story gotcha. Aw, shit. Shit. You got whiny bitch from Story Gotcha? Hey Sempus, guess what? I got 2 of him from Story Gotcha, and that was when I was trying to roll for Media Lily. So the game just basically gave me 2 5-stars instead of the 4 stars that I was supposed to get. How I'm supposed to get how I got 2 waivers instead of 2 Media Lilies, I will never understand. Oh, you wanted a 4-star? And nah, we'll just give you a 5-star instead. Here, take these 5 stars. Fuck. You tried Story Gotcha for Lancer Alter before London Part 2 banner. Never again. Yeah, that's why I didn't pull Story banner for Lancer Alter right after. Not only that, but I also knew they would put out Tesla and Lancer Alter banner for sure on NA because that's what they did for JP. When I rolled for Media Lily back when Okeanos got released, JP never had an Okeanos Part 2. That's why I just rolled Story banner immediately. And a day later, hey, we're announcing that we're going to have an Okeanos Part 2 banner with Orion back on Raid Up and Media Lily. I'm just like, fuck. And just fuck. That's all I say. Fuck. You want to be one? You just wanted to be one of the first people with Lancer Alter on NA. Yeah, I understand that, but realistically speaking, with how shit the rates are to get story locked servants in the Story Gotcha, it's just bad. It's not even worth it. You had to be insanely fucking lucky if you want to get a story lock banner right after you do their story singularity. Like, you have to be insanely lucky. So it wasn't as bad as the Tomo stream. That shit was 6 hours. Yeah, but it was like over the course of over the course of 6 hours. I had like 2 hours in between where I was basically farming for farming Halloween, I think, or something. I don't remember. Gotta go. Fun stream. All right, take care, dude. Have a good night. Hopefully you can be here tomorrow when I roll for Bryn when the salt rains down from the heavens. But have a good night, dude, and we'll see you later. Does Kuzerker get a raid up after America? Yes. He's on raid up with Edison, unless Aniplex decides to do something weird and change it up, which they very well might. You finally got your Jalter to skills to 10-10-10. I can actually do that too, almost. I have all her hearts. Let's see, Jalter, I need 10 blood, 36 pages, 45 lanterns, and 45 horns. So the lanterns I can just farm like casually on my own. Yeah, the pages I'll just leave until her, the Da Vinci event itself, so I can just farm those from the lottery. Gonna do a story gotcha simulator. If you get a case scope, you'll roll story gotcha. RIP. You do know that the story gotcha simulator is gonna debate you into rolling actual story gotcha, and you're gonna come out of that salty as fuck, right? Don't do it, J9. Don't do it. That's hell. You're walking even deeper into hell. How good are the free 4-star servants, in your opinion? You know Lily sucks and Salter is godlike. Saber Lily is the only welfare servant who's not worth using. Everyone else is either very much worth using. Like they might have their flaws, but they have very defined uses that are obvious, and you can use them very easily in. Or they're just like really fucking broken. For free servants, Kintoki comes to mind. Like, Kintoki is basically, hey, you don't have a jack? Oh, well, the game basically gives you a free crit star generator, so here you go. Here, just take a free Kintoki. If you don't have jack, he'll basically do her job just fine. A broken crit star generator? Hey, I'm down. Sign me up. Got 2 black rails and 300 on the sim. You're safe. Dodged the bullet there, huh? If Jalter was in that hell, you would plunge down that hell. That's actually canonically correct. That's actually relevant lore-wise too. Lore-wise, that's actually what she thinks. So you wouldn't be wrong. Because I think once you reach bond level 5 with her, she's totally fine just going to hell, taking you with her to hell. I think, if what I'm reading from her bond lines is correct. Isn't Brave Liz trash? I haven't looked up her skills. It wouldn't surprise me that she would be trash, considering her fucking character design. But I mean, to make it for it, Alter Ego Liz is pretty fucking fantastic, so yeah, we got that. Glow is a lot better than Emiya. Oh yeah, tell me about it. That's what Emiya should have been. To be perfectly honest, you want Emiya to be good? Give him Chloe's command deck. Simple. Problem fucking solved. Emiya top tier. Lol. Is Liz good in general? Which one are you talking about? It's a bait. Oh god! Oh god! First story banner, first story sim, Casego and Lancer Alter. It's a bait! The game's trying to bait you, J9. Run! Run! Don't give in to the darkness. Don't fall for their cookies. Can't wait until they stop doing Liz this year. Hey, I'm a fan of Dragon Idol bitch. I'm a fan, even if I'm not a fan of her singing. But I mean, they've already confirmed. I believe people already have confirmed that Alter Ego Liz is the final Liz welfare server for the Halloween events. So you're gonna get your wish either way. Carmilla is best Liz. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not totally correct. Vanilla Liz is good offensive support. She's actually, I mentioned this in my 4-star video, but she's actually one of Jalter's like better support servants, to be honest, because both their charisma skills work on each other after like both of their effects. Because Jalter's charisma skill benefits people with an additional 10% at max rank. For people with dragon traits. Liz is part dragon, or she has dragon trait, so she gets a 40. She can get up to a maximum of 40% attack buff, and that's fucking huge. That, and obviously Liz has after her strengthening quest has sadistic charisma that gives another plus 40 to all female teammates, so she can give that to Jalter. Jalter, I'm surprised that there isn't more fan art of Jalter and Liz interacting more with each other. Like their charisma skills at the very least are perfect sync. So I'm actually quite surprised. Stop talking shit about her. About who? I like Liz. I'm not shitting on her. I think she's good. If you set her up right, that is. Or are you talking to Shinji, who's apparently shitting on all the free Liz's that we're getting? Interacting, lol. Lenny face. Nothing wrong with a little flat on, plot action. Or justice on plot action. if you know what I'm saying. Hit it off, have fun, and happy farming. Alright, take care, dude. Have a good night, Austin. Hopefully you can be here tomorrow for when I rain salt down from the heavens for Bryn's banner. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
私を好きでいてくれるみんなにどうか素敵な恩寵がありますように
You're leveling Lancer Liz's skills then, but you're never gonna get Jaws, so what's the point? Never give up hope, Dagon, or Dagon, or whatever you want your name to be pronounced as. I'll just call you Dagon. Never give up hope. Who knows? You could be that one guy who can defy fate and pull Jalter in a single ticket. Keep the dream alive. Too much sugarhead feels like a vice. Maybe two Arizona sweet teas were a bad idea. I have a sweet tooth, so I can actually handle sweets, like super sweet stuff. It's just that as I'm getting older, my sweet tooth is kind of fading off. I don't really eat too many sweets as much as I used to, admittedly. Like sour gummy is like sour stuff are like the biggest thing for me. Like I used to love sour gummies, like sour Skittles, sour gummy bears, sour worms, back when I was young. Nowadays it's just like I'm fine. I like regular gummies a lot better. Mostly because of the fact that all my life, like I'm sure this happens to other people too, but when you eat sour stuff like sour candy for a long time, like if you were to eat a bag of sour gummy worms, right? Because you typically what ends up happening is your mouth just gets super dry because all the sugar like sucks up all the water out of your tongue. So it leaves your tongue like super frayed, super dry. And now I just don't really want to have to bother dealing with that. It's more of that. I can still eat sour stuff if I really want to. It's just dealing with the fuzzy mouth is just I'm good. Yesterday you brought up some ideas for a Toho slash Fate fighting game. Mind sharing those? Like I don't know. You have to be. I'm assuming you asked that because you kind of know about fighting games in general. But obviously, to a lot of people, this won't really like make a lot of sense if you're not like if you haven't like followed any fighting game scenes like closely or whatever. But I guess only follow along if you really know what I'm talking about. But I mean, just discussing those is kind of hard because I don't really know where to start. Because for one, in my mind, if you want to make a fighting game that has Toho characters and Fate characters in it, the biggest and the one thing that you need to concentrate on is the movement mechanics, because obviously in Toho Project, basically I believe it's lore that it's canon that all of the characters in Toho Project can fly. That's like basically a required power, right? If I'm not mistaken. So that means that every character in the game, every Toho character in this game can fly. So that means that they're gonna have vastly superior movement mechanics as opposed to like you know, the Fate characters. Story Gotcha wasn't a bait, got a case go. Hey! Hey! What did I tell you? I told you Story Banner was gonna pay off. Believe in the Story Banner. Believe in the K-Scope Story Banner, the Story Banner K-Scopes.
ここが命の張りどころってね。私の名前を覚えていきな。
So how many K-Scopes does that put you at, J9? And I'm assuming that was your first multi. Calling it, I'll do a one-shot summon for Bryn tomorrow? We'll see. We'll see. You're at 5 now? Nice, so you can limit break one if you want to. Probably better to leave them separate for now until you get more K-Scopes. Really want to roll Story Gacha now? Yeah. Because it's like, you know, Story Gacha never has any rate up, so, you know. So yeah. But be careful, J9. Be careful, because as much as I have rolled Story Banner and have gotten K-Scopes from them, it will eventually become a bait. Just don't go too ham on it. Speaking from personal experience. Just bought another pack to keep rolling. Oh no, J9's falling for the bait. But is it a bait? Find out next time on J9 Rolls Story Gacha, Episode 2. Roll harder. You kind of want to see Yukari throwing trains at Fate Servants. Hey, seeing her throw trains at people is always fun. Some can fly better than others, but yeah, everyone can fly, right? Just got Tesla too! It's too good to stop! Help! Hey, well, that's what they... You know what they say. You know what they say. It is not what this says. Which is, you can't quit while you're behind. It's don't quit when you're ahead! Milk that shit. Milk it. Ten more K-Scopes from Story Banner, Story Gacha, J9. 10 more, and you'll have yourself 3 limit broken K-Scopes. The dream. 3 limit broken K-Scopes. But this is never ahead, I know, right? Well, he was for MHX, but that was a long time coming. So, he deserves that. He deserves to have that break. But everything else... This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. You don't need to have a flying mechanic on Alto over here because they know how to fly anymore. I mean, yes. Yes and no. Yes and no. See, here's how I would balance the flying mechanic in a game where there's both Fate and Toho characters. I would say give the Toho characters like a kind of like either a visible or an invisible gauge that controls how much time that they can be in the air. Because obviously, if you gave Toho characters infinite time, all they can do is just fly to the top left corner of the screen like Marvel, and they can just stay up there for God knows how long until the timer runs out. They can just timer scan with everything, right? So, in order to prevent that, you would need to implement some sort of system where it restricts like infinite flight, so that, you know, if your opponent is playing a Fate character who can't fly, obviously, or I'm sure some Fate characters can fly, but not all of them, right? So you would need to have a mechanic in place that basically says if you're playing a Toho character, you can't just go to the top left corner of the stream and just fucking, you know, just sit there. Herkin more just saying multi. J9's going insane over that Story Gacha. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. More K-Scopes, more gold servants. They're raining down from the sky. But yeah, I would say that you would need to have a movement restriction penalty, where eventually, if you play a Toho character and you try to fly forever, you come down to the ground at some point. either slowly or whatever. That, and I would say that rather than well, actually no, I would still want to keep in a mechanic where a if you control a Toho character, you should be able to have the choice of being able to float in the air. I think that floating in the air is fair, but obviously you can't do that all the time. Another Mordred! No, J9! Stop! Stop! Actually, I changed my mind. Stop! You're wasting all your luck for Bryn! The madman! The madman! He's using up all his luck before Bryn comes out! He's too far into the dark abyss, he can't get out! It's a trap! Couldn't a Toho character just get a second jump or float? That could be one way of doing it too, instead of just like a legit fly. Instead, actually, that is a good idea. If just straight up flying is too broken, then either give the Toho characters you're done finally. We've saved him, boys. We brought him back. But I would agree that yeah, either give the Toho characters like a double jump or a float mechanic, a float or a drift mechanic. That they can jump, float for like a few seconds. They can control their trajectory in the air because obviously they can fly and they can do that. But they can't. That only lasts like a couple seconds. They come down to the ground again. That and I kind of want to have them to have air dashes. But the thing is that if I want to make movement mechanics balanced in a game like this, I would say give the Toho characters like flying-esque mechanics, like either float in the air or have the ability to double jump freely. And give the double jump, or not double, the air dash mechanic to the Fate characters instead, to make it balanced. So that the Fate characters have a movement mechanic that they can have to be able to match or just to catch up to the Toho cast. So, float / air movement to Toho characters, but air dashing to the Fate characters to make it balanced, quote unquote. I actually don't know if that'll make it actually balanced or not, but that was what I would do. You can make Fate characters wall jump. Wall jumping is, I would say, it would be a more specialized skill. Servants with like only certain characters should have the ability to wall jump, because in other fighting game franchises, not everyone can wall jump. Not everyone can. Like, I think, for example, in Street Fighter V, Rashid, Chun-Li can wall jump. Who else? I'm pretty sure Vega can. It's fucking Vega. Like, not everyone can wall jump. So I wouldn't say all Fate characters can wall jump. Like, it doesn't make sense for someone like Saber to be able to wall jump. But say, like, Assassins or Riders being able to wall jump, yeah, that's fine. Like, anyone with, like, very high skill in, like, agility or some shit like that, like, they should be able to wall jump. That's fine. IMO. Fate characters can walk on air, but that's not the same as air mobility. They can just walk on air. It's not exactly the same as like flying or something. That's what I would think anyway. That and how would you be able to implement that into a fighting game? It's kind of difficult, like, to be able to incorporate that. Now that being said, just to make things just as like my own personal idea that I'm pretty sure will never happen, but in this game, in the game where you can fight, if you happen to have two Toho characters fighting each other, I want there to be an option where if both players like trigger like some sort of interaction with each other, both of them should be able to fly up into the air and have an aerial rave battle. Just like in the more recent Toho games, where the more recent Toho fighting games, where you're basically fighting in the air, and you have like an upper section and a bottom section. It should kind of be like that, where you can fight in the air. It's basically an air fight. If you have both Toho characters, only if you have two Toho characters, and the players need to fight like that. They need to know how to fight both grounded and up in the air. I think that would be cool. But again, only if two Toho characters are going at it. Because obviously that can't happen. Or either that, or have it be possible with other Fate characters who can definitely fly. And I'm sure there are a few. Actually, a lot, probably. I mean, if Saber can just walk on thin air and fight like that, then I guess that kind of counts too. But it would just be a scene change, not really anything like a major like. I would actually it would still be a gameplay changer, even then, because then up in the air, the Toho character needs to be in constant flight, whereas the Fate character, they're still grounded technically, so that would still be a lot different. Gameplay mechanics is over lore. Yeah, if you just because at the end of the day, you just want to make a fun fighting game, right? The point is to make a good and hopefully balanced, but a good and fun fighting game. You can have like broken shit as long as everyone finds it fun, or the vast majority of people find it fun. And we can get away with like having certain things like pretty broken. Obviously not too broken. We just make Fate characters have good anti-airs. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Give them air dashes for grounded mobility, and very good anti-airs, like good anti-airs across the board. Think those 300 quartz killed your luck? Yeah, yeah. That's why towards the end I was saying no, stop. You gotta save your luck for Bryn's banner. Those are the best pulls you've had since playing this game. Usually Story Banner isn't known for giving you great pulls, but you know. Next Smash Bros better have Fate characters. That's a little bit hopeful. That's a little bit hopeful. No maintenance, really? There shouldn't be. If there was, they probably would have announced it. But there shouldn't be, no. Because all they're doing is just deactivating the event and putting up a new raid event. That's it. For things like that, I don't think that really needs maintenance. Give Toho characters true flight, but Fate characters double jump and air dash. Toho characters get a more varied and precise air movement, and Fate gets a faster burst movement. Sounds fair enough to me. Sounds fair. I agree. Toho characters freedom of aerial game or aerial direction, or like they have 8-way air movement, but then Fate characters have both have double jump and air dash. That's fine. That's fair to me. So those are like the movement mechanics, quote unquote. Because if you have good movement mechanics, like typically most anime fighters are known for having, a lot of like mobility, right? Look at Guilty Gear, look at whatever, right? Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, shit like that. But at the same time, I do want the game to have a very strong grounded element as well. I do want that because what is it? Not Melty Blood, but Uniel is a lot of people consider Uniel to be like the Street Fighter of anime games because that game is very grounded. You're just gonna limit break the K-scope? Welcome to the limit broken K-scope club. You have a ton of baby scopes, K-scopes as well. You mean the limit broken imaginary element? Yeah, if you have tons of those, then yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you got a ton of those. Weeb games, ew. all the Toho characters could be restricted to air. Nah, I wouldn't want that. I want both sides to be able to choose whether or not they want to fight grounded or air. That's what I want. Obviously, the Fate characters kind of have to play grounded, but I want the Toho characters to have the choice to play grounded if they want to. I don't want to restrict the Toho characters to just oh you gotta fight them in the air. You don't have a choice. That doesn't really make much sense, because if you think about it, the first half of the Toho fighting games, like what is it? Fuck, I'm forgetting their names. Like Scarlet Weather Rhapsody, like those games, where Alphys drew them, those games were grounded. Like, I'm sure they had a lot of aerial mobility in them, but those games were mostly grounded. Like, you weren't flying around like the later Toho fighting games are. So there's that. So in like Blaze Blue, Fate characters would have strong aerial games too. Yeah, but not in the same sense as like freeform and perfect aerial directional movement. They wouldn't be able to fly in the same sense as Toho characters can. But they would. I think it's fair to let them have double jumps and what is it? Grounded burst movement. What if we just make it really vertical like MVC? Well, Toho characters just having complete freedom over aerial movement would it's kind of the same thing, yeah. It's kind of what we're getting at. So the stages in that game would have to be very high, very tall vertically. That's what would have to happen in order to compensate, or at least have like a generous ceiling, right? Obviously not too high, because if the Toho characters could just go straight up to the top of the screen to stay there forever, then obviously we got a problem. You don't consider lore for fighting games? Not most of the time. If you can incorporate like character lore into their fighting style, then obviously that would be for the best, right? But that's not always possible. It's not always possible. Those Okata kind of remind you of Yomu. I mean, if you want to call them both like swordswomen, then I guess. I've seen cosplay. I've seen fan art of Okata swapping costumes with Yomu, and that's pretty funny. Hell, in that one manga, this one fan manga of Fate characters being summoned into the Toho universe, Gensokyo, Okata shows up as the servant of the Saigoji household. So there you go. So that makes sense. Some Toho characters are like Sakuya and Mei-Ling are fair on the ground. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying the Toho characters should have the option of whether or not they want to fight aerial or grounded. Because you have characters like Mei-Ling who obviously should be better at grounded combat, considering who she is. So it just makes sense. Like, yeah, you do have the likes of Slayer from Guilty Gear. Yeah, because he's pretty much like the most broken person in the fucking Guilty Gear universe, or something like that. Oh, I'm just like a 5,000-year-old vampire who's seen it. Who's seen it all. Like, when you defeated me, when you beat me, you don't really beat me. I just let you beat me. Which is hilarious because he's only like mid-tier and Exerd right now. They can either be strong and neutral, or. But the thing is, Adam, is that not all. I'm saying in general, not all Toho characters are gonna be dominant both in the air and on the ground, right? I should use Dyers. Like, some characters are obviously gonna be better grounded, generally speaking. Some characters are gonna be better in the air, or they'll have a lot more options in the air. At the end of the day, I still want this game to be like. Grounded to a certain extent, but I want aerial options to be strong too.
いいだろうさ
That's the thing. What am I grinding for gears? Do you think this is a node where I grind gears? No, I'm grinding for pages, dude. Just pages. And come on, you read the video description, for God's sake. Give a universal move to Toho characters that lets them shift from grounded to flight and vice versa. I would say enforce a flight restriction, like a timer. That's what I would say. Because if you gave a toggle, a movement toggle to Toho characters, then there's no stopping them from just flying up to the top of the screen, depending on how high the screen ceiling is, and just staying there and just timer scamming people. If their opponents are fake characters, there's no stopping them from doing that. That's the problem that I see. So instead of a toggle, I would say give them a timer restriction where they have to touch the ground in order to be able to fly again. That's what I would say. That, and the timer it should be pretty strict, because if they could stay up in the air for a pretty long time if they have to come down, then that also could be game breaking. It should be Toho characters can fly, but they shouldn't be able to fly like fucking forever, or for like a prolonged period of time. It should be quick. Unless, like I mentioned earlier, somehow, some way, the game is able to handle an interaction where both characters are put into the air for a pure aerial battle. In that case, then obviously you would have to toggle that, right? The game would have to set Toho character to be able to fly indefinitely, because that just makes sense. And there should be another toggle where both the characters can choose to come back down to the ground too. But again, that might be a little bit complicated, or that might be a little bit too complicated. Just an idea. Characters could have a gauge that refills on the ground that lets them gives. You're confusing. That gives them an extra air jump. Huh? Wait, why would they need an extra air jump when they have perfect aerial mobility? Like a flight meter? I mean, isn't that what I'm saying? A flight restriction meter? Or a flight restriction gauge? A timer that basically says, you can only fly for this X amount of time before you have to come back down and touch the ground before you get refill that meter back up. How about Toho characters can fly indefinitely, but if they get hit, they fall like stones? Yeah, they'll have to be a mechanic like that. They'll have to be a mechanic like that in order to balance it. That, and we have to give all the fake characters like strong anti-airs. At least one reliable anti-air move, so that they have a reliable way to deal with incoming aerial mix-ups. Literally what you just said? I didn't see what you said, so sorry, I guess. Assuming you're talking to me. If you're not, then ignore me. How many runs is this now where I've been going on without a single fucking page again? Jeez. So enough about movement mechanics. I think we've talked about that enough. The other mechanic that I wanted to talk about was like supers, because I'm a fan of games where they have super meters, right? Or just amazing anti-airs. Yeah, they could just be able to. It just makes sense for archer servants to be able to, aim their shots, right? It just makes sense. Amazing anti-airs, right? But I'm also, like I was saying earlier, I'm also a fan of like fighting games that have super mechanic meters. Street Fighter being one. Any of the Versus games, like stuff like that, right? In this case, I actually want there to be, for the super mechanic or the super bar meter, I want there to be a gauge where you can fill it up to 3 levels. There should be a level. Everyone should be able to have a level 1, level 2, and a level 3 super. Hey, what's up, brothers? How's it going, dude? MP5 MHX? Well, you're pretty much done with Saber Wars now for sure. What am I firing? Please read the video description. Gil doesn't even need to aim. You're probably confusing for Tristan right now. Will I go straight into rolling if there's no maintenance for Bryn? Nah, I'll reserve it tomorrow. I'm gonna reserve it tomorrow, even if it does go live right away. But yeah, I want everyone to be able to have a level 1, level 2, and a level 3 super. Like a level 1 is obviously the least damaging, or depending on what it is. It could be like everyone should have like an install super and a damage super, or a counter super or something, right? Like I've thought of, at least for the Toho characters, thinking of the supers is easy, and I guess to a certain extent the Fate characters too, right? Is there no maintenance? We don't. I have a feeling there won't be. We'll see though. There may or may not be. Special mechanics in SWR, spell cards for blah blah blah, and command cards for characters. Maybe. Maybe. But at the same time, I also really like what they did with Melty Blood, where where your supers in that game were like special EX moves. For like using when you use up 100 gauge or 100 meter, and then the arc drives when you use up like 200 or 300, or when you're at max heat, and then last stars which were like the super powerful ones that you could only land with a counter or a parry or whatever you want to call it in that game. Whatever it is. Like I want there to be a system like that. Like a level, and if we were to set proper terminology for this, like a level 1 super for Toho characters would be called like a skill card or whatever, what have you. What is it? Like a level 2 super could be, you know, a spell card. A level 3 could be, you know, I know that some attacks are called like phantasms. In Toho, I don't know. I forget what their exact names are, but it's like something phantasm. It's not a noble phantasm because that's Fate, but it's like a phantasm something, and they're like counter supers or whatever. They're the strongest whatever's like kind of like the last arcs in Melty Blood can be called last words, and it's something similar to Fate characters. Wouldn't there be the problem of players counter super baiting? The problem with counters is that while they can be really strong, there are plenty of ways to bait counters. And the simple way to balance counter supers is to make it so that it has to be a hard read. So how counter supers are usually balanced in other fighting games is that when you do the counter, if you don't succeed, either the game punishes you by giving you a really long like a recovery animation where the enemy has, or where your opponent has basically all the time in the world to punish you for that, or making it very hard for you to land that counter in the first place. That's how they balance it. So counter supers like that are extremely risky and require you to basically have a hard read on your opponent. That's how they're balanced. It's basically one of those very high risk, but very high reward situations. And most of the time, in a competitive environment, most people would rather have like the normal supers where you just, you know, combo, 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 and then combo into a super for guaranteed damage. KOF counter supers in a nutshell. Doesn't Android 16 blow himself up? Yes. In like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Android 16's self-destruct is very choreographed. As long as you know what it looks like when he does it, you can avoid it. Just get out of the way, and he'll just lunge for it and it'll miss. That only mainly works against people who have no idea what that is or what he's doing, or have never seen it ever. That's why it works. But if he lands it, it's an automatic kill, and he leaves himself at 1 HP. How many minutes left for Saber Wars? 2 hours. Technically, an hour and 45 minutes. So, good luck. 115 minutes. 115, not 50. Have I also tried Under Night in Birth? I mentioned Unio on stream. So yeah, I haven't actually physically tried these games. I know about them. I've watched them competitively. So this is literally all just like spectator knowledge. Again, I have no real insight as an actual fighting game player because I suck at fighting games. I want to get better at them, but I just haven't had the time because of this game. But I find fighting games really fascinating. Like the lab work you would need to do, all the different kinds of stuff. Yeah, but I think it would be cool for every character in the game to have a level 1, level 2, and level 3 super, and some sort of like, I don't know. The thing is that I kind of like like in Street Fighter 4. If you guys have ever played Street Fighter 4, or even Tekken 7 to a certain extent. In Tekken, I'll start with Tekken 7 because that's kind of like a weaker example. It's still an example nonetheless. In Tekken 7, if your health gets low enough, you can your character starts like flashing red. Like they start emitting like this red aura, right? And once that happens, you can have your character go into either what's called a rage art or a rage drive, I think it is, or whatever. Like one of them is just like a simple move that you do as part of a combo, and but then it gives you like more damage, I think, for that one attack. I don't know. I've never really played or watched Tekken seriously, but from what little I have been able to gather. And the other one, the Rage Drive Weather, is actually a proper, like, a super-ish move, even in a game like Tekken where there's not really many supers. Like, Tekken's one of those games where you just don't have super moves. At least not the Tekken characters. Like, the only one is, like, their Rage Drive or Rage Art or whatever, and that's it. But some guest characters like Geese or Akuma, since they come from franchises that have a lot of supers in them, obviously they keep their supers. Well, that was an intentional game design for DLC characters like them to come with supers. I'll be right back, dudes. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back. But yeah, just to continue where I left off, I think everyone should have that. That and in Street Fighter 4, the example that I wanted to use, in Street Fighter 4, there was this mechanic called like the ultra combo or whatever, right? You had both the super combo and the ultra combo. The super combo you could have access to if you just fill up your EX meter to full. You got 4 bars of EX meter and you have a super on deck. But they also introduced the revenge, I guess. In vanilla Street Fighter it was called revenge, but then when they added an extra set of ultra attacks, they changed the name to ultra combo. But basically, the ultra combo worked like this: you take damage and you use the ultra combo as like a way to come back in the game. Like it's a comeback mechanic. But they're like cinematic attacks that look really cool and do a lot of damage typically, unless they're install supers. But there weren't a lot of that in Street Fighter, or at least not in Street Fighter 4. Hell, in Street Fighter in general, I guess. So I'm debating whether or not I want that in a game like this, because personally I think it looks cool, and I think it's, you know, I know that people have varying opinions on like how comeback mechanics should be treated in various fighting games, right? But I kind of like the ultra combo in Street Fighter, at least in Street Fighter 4. I think it was cool. It was fun to watch, and if you use them properly, you could really get some sick combos, sick and creative combos off those ultra combos. So there's a part of me that really wants to put those like in the game, where it's a mechanic where whenever you take damage, you fill up this revenge meter where you can have access to a really powerful move or an install super or whatever, right? That's independent from your EX meter. That all you need to do is just take damage, and you use it mainly as a comeback mechanic. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to do that, because revenge mechanics like that are kind of hit or miss. Because the X Factor mechanic in fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was super busted. You could go down to one character, pop X Factor, and boom, you won the game. But again, there's a lot more detail than just that. But X Factor in Marvel was something else, let me tell you. At least in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, MVC3. So like X Factor. Oh, never mind. No, not like X Factor, because X Factor just makes you broken for like 30 seconds or something. But no, not like X Factor tier shit. Just like a really damaging and a really cool looking super move that's independent of your whatever it is, your EX meter. And I accidentally used Drake's Voyager Storm skill for turn 1. Rip. Have I tried Fortnite? No. We don't talk about MVC3. Hey, I watched Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 competitively, or played competitively. That shit was fun. It was a broken game, but people kept playing that game for 10 fucking years. Oh, Dogear's asked for the Holy Grail. Well, it depends on who they are, right? Raymond would probably ask for infinite money, but we already knew that already. Alice probably wants Marissa's kids. Marissa just wants to steal everything from Corindo. List goes on and on. You watch it too, but holy fuck, that game was unbalanced. Yeah. But you can have an unbalanced game and still have it fun. She just wants fun all the time. Yeah, she just wants to be able to just screw with shit. Least favorite part of the game was the infinite air combos. Well, yeah, no one likes infinite combos. Well, yeah, that just goes without saying, though. That just goes without saying. But yeah, a level 3 super bar, stuff like that. Also, I do eventually want there to be, I want there to be like a system, kind of like Melty Blood, where if you play Melty Blood, or at least Actress Again, or any patch beyond it, you'll know that Melty Blood has 3 fighting styles. You can choose between 3 fighting styles. It's kind of like, in SNK, in CVS 2, where you could choose between 6 different grooves. Kind of like that, where you can choose 3 different fighting styles. That depending on which one you pick, it gives you different moves, different special moves, stuff like that. So it changes the character of whoever you're playing, the gameplay of that character dramatically, depending on which one you pick. In Melty Blood, there was in Melty Blood those were called like Crescent Moon, Half Moon, and Full Moon. And for Archetype Earth, Eclipse, because she was broken. So we could have something like that in this IMO. Who would be in that game? Well, obviously the Toho franchise. You'd have to bring in like the usual crew. Actually, I've made notes for people like that, and what kind of stuff that they would have. I think, or was it Toho? Let me see. Yes, it was. I didn't write up their list. As for like characters that I would want to have in that game, oh god, I was such a weeb back then. I wanted to include like fan-made ideas of certain characters. Like, you know how in various fighting games you have like multiple versions of the same character in the same game? Like Street Fighter has Ryu, and then Evil Ryu, and then Akuma and Shin Akuma, or in Street Fighter 4 he was known as Oni. Like that shit. I just found my notes here, and apparently I wanted Vanilla Reimu, I wanted Black Reimu, or the Japanese fan name for her was Hakuro Reimu, and I wanted Shin Reimu, and I wanted Oni Reimu. Yeah, that was fun. I also actually want Maribel Hearn and Usami Renko in the game too. But yeah. Confessions of a Weep. The Edge! The Edge! Double pages. Actually, with double pages, that means that my page grinding for Geekcaster is done. So, complete. Now we shall farm for babies! Oh, that sounded weird. Alright, where is the... Was it Southwark? Yes, I think it was Southwark. Let me verify on the drop page for homunculus babies. Best 5 drop locations on NA. Are they in Southwark? Yes, 31%. Alright, hopefully, here's the hoping it'll go well. Sabers, right, we need Sabers. Ayo, Pikeman! You're up. Let's see, that's my daily farming team, so I'll leave them alone. Actually, I'll swap out Sanson for MHX, just so that I don't forget later. MHX. Whoops. Go to this one, and then here we shall clear party. Yes, clear all. And we'll swap line around there. Yes, no. Select Nero. Who else? Siegfried, I guess. Just give them all limit broken K scopes, I guess. 66. throw on MHX for her bond. Bond levels. We'll just give her a Limit Broken K-Scope too. Why the hell not? And Caligula. And who else did I want? Sanson? Was it Sanson? Sure. Throw on First Order and beginning of the journey. Go. And we're good. Hopefully. Wait, that didn't sound right. Yeah. One of the sentences you never thought you'd never say. You just heard that there isn't a maintenance downtime. Am I gonna be rolling for Bryn tonight or tomorrow? Still tomorrow, dude. Still tomorrow. Still tomorrow. Sumanai in action, yes! Amazingly so. Thankfully, we've got a Sumanai Brave Chain, so he should be able to finish these guys off. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, if he's not too weak. He's weak! Why are you so bad, Siegfried? Why the fuck are you so weak? You can't even finish that guy off on your own? Pathetic. 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 Now compare that to someone like Nero, who she missed her, mind you, she missed her her attack buff, and get a load of this. Let's see here, let's go like that, I guess. That is amazing, yeah. What the fuck, Siegfried? What the fuck? Yeah, keep an eye, just to put that in perspective, my Nero is MP1, and my Siegfried is MP5. Like, why, Siegfried, why are you so fucking bad? I question. And then we have Pikeman's level 98 Salter, who's just gonna fucking wipe the floor with these bastards. Hey, a one shot. One-shotted and potential double baby drop. That sounded weird. Hey, a double homunculus baby drop. I'll take a picture of this and I'll post it on NA Farmville and see if they get triggered over this. If I remember, that is. First run, double baby drop. All right. Run's going well, boys. Alright. Is there any strong sabers? I guess we could use Nokia's saber, I guess. Now the thing is, do I really want to use Siegfried when he can't even one-shot the first wave? God damn it, Siegfried! What the fuck are you so useless? God damn it, Siegfried. Nah, we'll keep using him, I guess. I don't really know where else to use him. At least he's got a strengthening quest. Yeah, it better come sooner rather than later. Let's see here. Will popping charisma now help at all? I kind of have a feeling it won't, but we'll see. Let's see, is Nero stronger or Salter? I think Salter's still stronger at level 80, right? I think she should be. Oh, I accidentally used her MP now. RIP. Not what I meant to do. Nah, it's fine. We'll manage. These guys are all Lancers anyway. And at least Siegfried has 14,000 health, so he'll never die. You can clear first wave when the new Mystico comes out. Yeah. 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 Oh, Siegfried's got a Buster Brave Chain up. At least he'll be able to kill 2 of them. Yeah, he actually killed one of the homunculus. One of the homunculi. Wonderful. And guess what? No Brave Chain. Or, no Buster cards. Rip damage. Rip. Who would I want to summon in the Grail War? I mean, the obvious answer would be someone broken, right? Hey, let's just summon Solomon. In before comments that, oh no, you can't summon Solomon because he's a Grandcaster. Yes, I know. Alright, got all the buffs. Let's see how much damage this shit does. And we'll do an Arch Brave Chain on top of that. But would you summon Merlin? I assume he's gonna troll me to death. Let's see. 38k. We'll just do a Brave Chain just to make sure we get the kill. This is the second run in a row where we've gotten double homunculus baby drops. Holy shit. Bruh. Bruh. These gold homunculuses are the real bros. They constantly just keep dropping gold chests. Or gold boxes. Hey look, another double homunculus baby drop. Let's take a picture of that and send it over to Farmville to trigger everyone. But I'm sure everyone's got like shit like that anyway. They feel bad about Siegfried. Makes sense, right? Hey, J9. Hey, speaking of J9's Mordred, let's use his Mordred. We'll see how badly she wrecks the last wave. And hopefully I don't accidentally use her, I blow her MP on the first wave on accident like an idiot. What do I think of the upcoming Lancer Summon Fion? He blows dick. His skills are bad. Really, really bad. His skills are bad. Let's see here. We'll use Nero's Imperial Privilege. Yes, she got all the buffs. That's great. Could a servant even get pregnant? No, not normally. But I'm sure there's some magic bullshit loophole out there that exists that you could take advantage of. If you really want to waifu somebody. Probably shouldn't have should have staggered those attacks rather than just do a break chain mindlessly. Why does Nero do so much fucking damage? Why does she do so much damage at only MP1? Granted, it was enough to allow her to to solo UHZ on my own, but still. Plays to get Infinity Gears. Well, if you didn't get a ton of drops from Saber Wars, Clerkenwell is probably where you need to go, because that place has like a 27% drop rate chance or whatever. Hey, Jay, your Mordred's kicking ass over here. Only with a Grail can you make a human servant human. Thus said servant can get Praggers. Yeah, exactly. You would need the Grail or some other magic loophole bullshit. J9, your Morge is all grown up now. We'll use her again. Rolling FP to get that scope to 100. We're waiting. We're waiting. Yeah, I'm trying to get one of my own K scopes to 100 too. I got up to 66 thanks to all the EXP craft essence drops that I got from Saber Wars. I'm on the same boat too. Now y'all are just talking about Prager's fetishes and shit? Oh dear. Oh god, what have I gotten myself into? What have I gotten Chad into? Because most of these guys are weird. Oh well, takes one to know one, right? Takes one to know one. Kappa. It's time to kink shame chat. Best time. Man, burst of that shit. Damn it! No gold drops. Rip the triple double gold drop dream. Rip. I don't think I included those, so there we go. I believe Paracelsus just needs 7 homunculus babies, I think. Yeah, I think he does. And my Paracelsus is already at 3rd Ascension, I want to say. Let me check. Because according to my spreadsheet, that is not a spreadsheet. I should have enough. Let's see. Perry! Perry, where you at? Perry! Where's my Perry? Let's see. He's only at 2nd Ascension. Interesting. I must have picked up his 3rd Ascension, I think it is. His 3rd Ascension Homunculus Babies elsewhere. Oh yeah, that's right, because from one of the challenge quests, that's what gave me those for. Okay, that makes sense. Right, so I only do need 3 more. It sucks that you can't even really use your own MP3 Mordred now that she's max banned. Yeah, a lot of my farming servants are getting max banned too. But I still use like Arash for page farming just because I wanna level up my Alice Academy Mystic Code. So that's really the only way to do it.
行くぞ。
任せな。ではその
邪悪なる竜は失墜し、撃ち落とすバルムック。
くたばりやがれ。
上げていくぞ。
Yes, yes, give me all the attack buffs.
任せな。幕を開けよ。我が才を見よ。万視化してた太陽。黄金のゲタウステンのうるせえ。
God damn it, Siegfried, why are you so weak?
ではしゃ。
Why is your attack shit?
これこそは我が父を滅ぼしクラレント・ブラスターだ。くたばりやがれ。
No drops, rip!
諦めな。
Man, getting those double homunculus baby drops, those first two runs in a row really spoiled me. Now I'm just expecting them to just drop double gold chests for me all day. Part where he was more famous for god tier defense and not really his attack power. I mean, that might make sense given that how much health he has, but I'm not looking for a lot of health right now. I'm looking for a lot of damage, and Siegfried does not provide that. Hence, I will shit on him all day. Am I gonna farm embers during this half AP? Oh yes, absolutely, Zach. My goal right now, as far as farming goes, is to try to farm enough materials for all my free-to-play servants, and get them all max leveled within this week. Or, you know, try to go as far as I can with them. That's why I'm not farming Saber Wars right now, I'm farming this.
邪悪なる竜は失墜し、撃ち落とすバルムック。であっ。
くたばりやがれ。
Half AP for Embers? Yes. Half AP off experience quests.
聖者の泉よ。門を開け。任せよ。よっしゃ。我が才を。
How many hearts did I end up with? Like 150?
黄金のゲ
Rough estimate. Because I didn't bother to check.
黙れ。
Someone I spotted! Triggered!
空よ。
No buster cards. That ain't good.
これこそは我が父を滅ぼしクラレント・ブラスターだ。黙れ。
Rip gold chests. Now I've already beat the shit out of their gold chests now. I ain't getting any more. Rip. got Lancer Alter and Saber Alter recently. They're both craving that junk food embers. Those junk food embers. I feel ya. They're growing girls, man. Give them food. Don't leave them starving. God damn it, Siegfried. Why are you so shit? Miss. Story of my life. Wasn't Jalter supposed to be a one-time thing, but due to memes, she became a thing? Well, what I think happened is she got the electrical treatment, where, you know, people liked her so much that, that the devs were like, oh, people want her, let's put her into the game, make more money off this shit. Just make a Siegfried altar. Let's watch Siegfried fail miserably again. Hey, Siegfried, why do you suck? You even got critted. Here, another chance at redemption. I mean, that's how they fixed Emiya. Lol is all I can say. Just use Fergus instead of Summonai? Yeah, eventually I will. It's just that right now, I want to max ban Summonai as fast as I can. And I want to reserve Fergus for other, farming endeavors. See, Siegfried, why can't you just crit like Nero? Why can't you just do a casual 36k damage on a crit? Why aren't you better? ask myself the real question here.
これこそは我が父を滅ぼしクラレントブラストアーサーくたばりやがれ
Not even a crit made him drop a gold box. Rip.
気を落とす
Fucking Lancer red gems. Arrgh. Rage. Rage. Let's see if this does more damage.
邪悪なる竜は失墜し撃ち落とすバルムックであっ
Why is it that a Sumonai Brave Chain can't finish off that homunculus, but a Buster Chain with one of Nero's Buster cards does? Why do you suck so bad, Siegfried? Why? Oh, why? Why do you do this?
任せな
我が才を見よバンチパしてた太陽黄金のゲッター
Why do you do this to me, Siegfried?
よっしゃくたばりやがれ
Should you burn Siegfried if you roll him? I mean, if you don't have him already, then obviously you should probably keep him. But oh, get tired. But
そらよ
yeah, I mean, you don't have to keep him.
それじゃあ
You
充電
don't
する
have
か
to. Give me your Nero. She's only MP1. There are other people who have much better MPs, MP levels than me. Hokusai, paint me porn. When will we get gold foes? That's a good question.
ま
Year from now.
災難だったと諦めな
Oh, strengthening quest becomes quite a bit better. Yes, but we don't have his strengthening quest right now, which means he still sucks. Ooh, Pikeman's Salter is up. Alright, give me some, give me a minute, boys. I'll be right back.
「蹴散らす」
Hey, Toho, and sorry I'm not being late to stream, so I'll show that works. Not here, Mayor. Hope things are doing well. Hey, that's fine, dude. That's fine. You can always catch my streams, because YouTube, since I stream on YouTube, YouTube automatically uploads all the VODs to my channel anyway after I'm done, So, that's fine. That's fine. Most people just like to lurk anyway.
撃ち落とすバルムック
そこだ
So don't feel bad. Just you do you, buddy. this game will be top grossing when Jalter comes out. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because, at least on the JP side, one of the biggest money makers was actually MHX. MHX Alter, that is, not MHX herself, but MHX Alter. Like, she was really fucking popular. Like, more popular than Merlin, surprisingly enough. Like, when they're... Because I saw this image of, like charts where, like, on each raid-up servant, when their events or banners first came out, it cataloged how much money the game made both on iOS and on Android. And MHX Alter was surprisingly extremely popular for some reason. MHX Alter is so cute. I do agree. I do agree. She's one of those girls that you want to cuddle. Plus, she's a fellow glasses wearer. Gotta stick it up for the fellow glasses wearers too. Fucking Sumanai, you deserve to be critted. Not that it'll matter. Like, I'm not a die-hard glasses fan, but she looks nice. She's a Sith Lord, that's why. Lol. Maybe I should start using charisma. But then again, I haven't had Salter in a while. Pikeman Salter can just one-shot everybody. Why don't I play JP? Because if I play JP, imagine how much of a hell I put myself through trying to grind both games at once. Yeah, I ain't doing that shit. You, sir, deserve a gold medal for that quote. For which quote? What did I say? I already forgot. The game's not giving me any homunculus babies. This is bad. She makes lightsaber noises as one of her My Room lines. Yeah, I think I've heard that. Yep. Glasses are the best. I mean, I didn't say glasses were the best. I said I'm not a glasses fan. I'm not like a die-hard glasses fan myself, but she looks nice in them. We'll get her next year. Yep, just gotta wait another year. Have I watched Heaven's Feel and how was it? Yes, actually. And fun fact, I was actually in the same movie theater that Not a Whale and Zis were in when they drove over to LA to watch it. I was actually in the same theater with them. It's just at the time I didn't know, or we didn't know that we were in the same theater. But I did watch it. And I thought it was good. But I did get the feeling that if you wanted to really appreciate it, it would probably be better if you actually played the actual route itself. That's just the feeling I got. As a general Fate fan, it was good to watch. It was fun. I didn't have any big problems with it, but I feel like a more die-hard fan would probably be a little more. They would be able to appreciate it more. Just my honest opinion. What does this Not a Whale look like? Again, I didn't know they were in the same theater, so I didn't look for them. I don't know what they look like. And they don't know what I look like either. I don't. We might have actually ran into each other, but without knowing. We might have actually ran into each other, but without knowing. Can confirm because they sped up the pacing between battles because of time limits. Well, yeah, because you're watching a movie, and obviously you don't want to be sitting in the movie theater for like 5 hours. That's not ideal. Why is it that I've only been getting double homunculus baby drops? What is this? It's like, no, you get either double drops or you get nothing. I'm like, okay, thanks, game. You get double drops or nothing. All or nothing. Well, at least that speeds up my homunculus baby farming pretty quickly. I'll take that. Well, do I think NA will get NA exclusive servers? It'd be cool, but like I can be either way about it, honestly. Double or nothing, yeah, no, I'm like I don't mind either way. I know that a lot of people will be angry if that were the case, though. Like, what would Japan think if NA suddenly started getting exclusives, right? What would all the other FGO regions think that NA is getting preferential treatment and suddenly we're getting exclusive fucking content, right? As a compromise, I would say that it would be fine. I would like it if we did get exclusive content, but not really exclusive content. Instead, we should make it so that everyone gets at the same time, you know? Because the reason why people in NA want NA to catch up to JP is so that we can enjoy the same events at the same time together, right? Instead of us always being 2 years behind and always having us wait for 2 years to get what we want on JP, stuff like that. Like as like a little bit of a welcome change, I would like them to have like an event where everyone, all the events, all the regions get one event at the exact same time. I think that would be pretty cool. Like just one, and like release a server that's not like too powerful, like decent, but not like Merlin tier fucking broken. Just so that whatever character or new servant we do get doesn't like break the game at whatever stage that they're coming into, right? I just want like an event where all the regions get an event all at the same time. I think that wouldn't be too much to ask for, but again, it could be, and it probably is. No attack buff. Rip. Every server releasing banners like it's a race. Charlemagne and FGO whenever Extella Link comes out, which is I think in the summer, like June. I think is slated to come out June-ish. So whenever that'll happen. You're gonna find it pretty damn stupid if JP gets an extra event and we have to wait 2 years after the game gets released to get ours. That's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes. If you want to complain about it, go ahead, but there's nothing really we can do about that, unfortunately. Nothing much we can do. I mean, unless they intentionally make it so that they design the event with NA in mind, and then release the event to all the servers at once. But that's probably not going to happen. That's probably not going to happen. June would be NA's first anniversary. Yeah, and we'll just probably have like an anniversary gun. How poor would I be if I played the Korean server? I would be on the streets. You wouldn't see me making videos anymore. That's for sure. Rather wait than speed through all the events to catch it like the Korean version is. Yeah, personally, I would rather prefer that because, again, you know, I'm just a working guy. I like to save my money. Good joke, I know. But if possible, I would like to have us go at a reasonable pace and not like light speed that like Korea is. That and Korean light speed just doesn't work in NA. I've said this before, but if you try to have that kind of speed in the NA servers, you're gonna have a bad time. It's just people wouldn't be able to handle it. Our demographic is different than Korea's. Korea can handle it because their demographic can handle it. Us, not so much. Free play, good joke. Haha, knee slapper. Wouldn't mind if they pump out events quicker, but not at the Korean level. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. Yeah, like a little bit faster so that eventually, like in maybe like 2 years' time, we can actually catch up to JP, but not like Korean levels. No, definitely agree. Let's see. I wonder what'll happen if I do that. Oh, nice and crit. Not possible for us. Current level is too much. Yeah. The only reason why people want NA to imitate Korean the Korean FGO servers is because they're one, casual players that aren't invested monetarily into the game, like they're free to play or cheap to play. So if events go light speed, they don't give a shit. Like it's not like they're trying to go after every single servant. You know, what do they have? Nothing. They just want all the cool quality of life shit and all the cool events and shit. That's all they want. They're not actually gonna grind it to the extent that people like me will. And all they care about is, oh, I want this particular servant. I think that's the main driving force behind that kind of mob mentality. Honestly, they just want to have their one JP FGO waifu in NA servers as quickly as possible, so that way they can wail their eyes out and their brains out just for that one waifu. And once they're done, they don't give a shit. Why should they? That's all they care about. They just want their one or two waifus that they want to wail for, and once they get them, or if not, they'll just get super salty. Or if they do get them, they'll just be like, okay, cool, I got my waifus. Okay, whatever. Done with FGO. Korean servers are actually stuck in a reality marvel. What time is 4 times faster? I like that. I like that explanation a lot, actually. Makes perfect sense. And then they don't get it when the banner comes, they get all salty. I know, right? I know. Fucking plebs. Fucking plebs. Each and every one of them. You don't want to go faster because pulling reason. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Plus, it also backfires on the free-to-play as well, because if the events go faster, then they don't have as much time to accumulate free quartz. And if you don't have as much quartz, then well, they might be under budget when it comes to when their like a desired rate-up banner comes around. Like say you're looking forward to Jalter, right? Because Jalter is like pretty much the #1 example I could make here. Say you're looking forward to Jalter, and you're free to play or cheap to play, and you're saving for Jalter, right? Like everybody else and their fucking mom is. You're waiting for Jalter, and at this pace of events, I predict that, just personal prediction, I could be wrong, obviously, but comparing this to the JP timeline when Jalter came out for JP for the first time, I think that Jalter is probably going to come out around very late March or like early April-ish, right? If the events go super fast, then all of a sudden we might be seeing Jalter landing in like late February or early March, and obviously that's like 4 weeks worth of free quartz that you're missing out on, and a couple tickets too, because if you log in every week, that's a free ticket. If you log in every week, or 7 days in a row every week, you get 3 Saint quartz, and that's what 4 weeks is 12 Saint quartz. That's potentially four what is it? Four pulls on the gacha. And who knows? One of them could be Jalter. That's all that much less free Saint quartz and tickets that you can't get. So obviously there's got to be a fine balance, right? There's got to be a balance. But at the pace that it's at now, I don't mind. Now that Saber Wars is done and dusted, I don't mind anymore. I'm sure there will still be people who are gonna constantly bitching and be like, "Oh, why can't we be like the Korean servers where they're trying to catch up to JP?" Fucking ignorant is what I'd say. But JP caught you covered. Yeah, just play if you want. If you want your JP wife, just go play JP. Ain't no one stopping you. It's not like FGO saying no gaijin, no fucking gaijin bastards like it can play our game. No, they don't care. Money's money. Wherever it is around the world, money's money. You want to catch up to China? Either way, they're trying to catch up to somebody. They're out for blood. Let me tell you, they're out for blood. Even the Koreans themselves are playing JP. Yeah, at the same time they're playing the Korean servers, right? The ultimate Korean MOBA player, or the mobile game player. The ultimate. But saying even Koreans are playing JP is kind of like saying, oh, even though there's NAFGO, even Americans are playing JPFGO. Well, obviously, because JPFGO was the first one out, so makes enough sense to me. Let's try that, even though Sumonized Buster Cars don't do shit for damage. Unlike Contact Collection, that don't want Gaijin Admirals, lol. I remember the days when if you wanted to create a Contact Collection account, you had to and if you lived outside of Japan, you first not only had to create a VPN, but also you had to enter a lottery system, and even then you were guaranteed to get an account. I think they did away with that lottery system now, but back in those days. Back in my day. This is gonna sound weird, but has anyone noticed in esports when it's the finals of a match is usually Korean versus Korean? That only applies if you're watching like games like League of Legends or StarCraft, because Koreans absolutely dominate those games. I follow StarCraft, I should know. The Contact Collection devs don't care about Gaijin, it's the DMM service. Yeah, that makes more sense. Usually, if for the vast majority of Japanese games, it's usually the publishers who are pretty anal about foreigners playing their games. The developers themselves don't care. The developers themselves are usually are almost always pretty chill with anyone playing their game. They don't care. So they're appreciative of the fact that people around the world are playing the game. That's pretty cool. I would think it's pretty cool too if I made a game and people around the world were playing it. That's what I would think. That's what the Japanese developers probably think too. But you know. Koreans are god-tier gamers. Yeah, we know our way around, yep. Overwatch also has only Koreans. Yep. Not surprising, because Koreans love Blizzard. Koreans also dominate the Tekken scene too, yep. Yep. JDCR and Saint, I think his name is, the two Echo Fox players. Overwatch has Diva, who herself is a Korean StarCraft pro player, yep. The meta, the layers. The layers. Play as Zurland? I've heard of that game. I've heard of it. I would probably get into it, but FGO's kind of sucking at my time right now. You want to go play Contact Collection now? She'll be right back. Hey, Tatsuta and Murasame got their second remodels, so go get them. I'm super surprised Murasame was the one who got a second remodel. I wasn't expecting that shit. I'm not keeping up with the Contact Collection news. I just heard about it yesterday when they actually released their official arts for it. And I took a look at it. I was like, oh shit, Murasame was the one who got it. Well, color me surprised. Rolling friends points is tiring. Yeah, it's tedious. Unlike the rolling story gacha, where at least it's pretty exciting, right? Yeah, that shit is it ain't fun. What level is this Mystic Code at? It's like level 4. I think I'm a million EXP off level 5. I've already got level 10 plug suit, so this is the one I'm working on next. I'll actually probably level up Anniversary Blonde when it comes out tonight, because that's really easy to level up. It's only like 8 million EXP total to level up, and I can do that in a couple days. See, let's do a Siegfried Buster Brave chain, because I know he'll be able to finish this wave up by himself. You already second remodel of your Tatsuta? Good shit. Good shit. Y'all showed up in the Drifters anime. Well, I mean, Drifters shares a lot of historical characters with who is it? with the FGO. Nobunaga, except he's actually a guy.
上げていくぞ
あまりに脆い
Still waiting for the Senran Kagura no mobile game to drop. Oh god. Oh god. If you play enough JP Gacha games, you'll understand them. The Reddit wiki is a thing. Yeah, I know. But I can't be bothered to play it right now. But what other games that I'm currently playing?
要は楽しい
Nova's a guy. I'm out. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
よかろう
ではその通り
あがくな
Drifters has evil Jean and Berserker Key. Looks like FGO's taking inspiration from somebody.
消えるが
I used to read Drifters too. I think I read like the first 3 volumes of the manga, and I never got around to finishing it. I really should. I love the art style of Drifters, and I know it's the same artist who did Hellsing. And I finished Hellsing. Hellsing was great.
負け費用決定
Is Nobu's brother still a guy? Drifters / FGO collaboration when? Hey, I'd love to see Shimazu show up. What the hell? A gold drop from one of those the middle homunculus the homunculus? The white homunculus? What the fuck? You're not even a gold one. The hell? Well, at least that means the Paracelsus is complete. So done with him, hopefully. Now let's go back to page farming, because now we gotta work on Babbage. What the fucking do? What the fucking do? Alrighty, boys. This is a good time for me to tell you guys that I'll be ending the stream after I empty out this AP bar. So I'll do 4 runs of these page farming, and then I'll end the stream because I've got dinner plans with friends tonight. So if you guys need to leave because you guys it's late at night or you got other plans for tonight yourself, then now is a good time to leave because I'm gonna turn off the stream in a little bit here after I empty out my AP bar for now. Shit! I accidentally went into this node with the wrong team. Fuck! Rip! Fucking rip. Well, the first wave shouldn't be a problem. It's just what comes after. But before you guys leave, I do want to let you guys know that tomorrow I will be rolling for Bryn. So if you guys want to catch that stream, I'll probably start streaming sometime in between 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific or 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be live during that time. So just keep an eye out. Do your time conversions wherever needed. Stuff like that. Let's see here.
聖者の泉よ
Alright, for those guys who need to be leaving now, we'll see you guys later. But
門を開け
yep, we'll see you guys later.
邪悪なる竜は失墜し撃ち落とす
Well, hopefully see you guys tomorrow for our salt, our Bryn salt. We shall see.
我が才を見よ万死
What about UTC time? UTC,
そうだよ
9 to 10. 9 to 10 UTC, unfortunately. All these Buster Brave chains. Gotta use Drake's card, must not resist.
任せな
Just don't get trolled by the worst servant. Oh, you know I will. It gonna happen.
任せなそうだよ
The Theon spooks tomorrow? Yeah. 4 and 5-star servants, both of the same class on the same rated banner is bad civilization. Let me tell you, it's fucking bad. Bad civilization. Bad, bad, bad.
ここが命の張りどころってねいいね私の名前を覚えていきなてめえを
Mama Librarian Drake. Yep. Drake being best librarian as that we know it. Get gold card, get excited, get Liz or Fionn cry. Yep, rinse and repeat. Rinse and frickin' repeat. Can't even be Lancer Alder because she's story locked for some reason. Yeah, she's story locked. She's story locked. Feels bad, man. Why do you call Altera good sit girl? No, I call her good civ girl. S-C-I-V. Civ. Because good civilization. I call her good civ girl in my videos. For what should be obvious reasons. Good civ girl, not good sit girl. Good civ, as in civilization. Yeah, at least you can use Liz. Fiona is just shit. The only good thing about him is the fact that he has an AoE, what is it? NP. So at least you can use him for Archer daily farming. At least. But even then, you have Liz for that. Fiona is a good rare prism. Yup. Fuck that bastard. Altera is actually Sid Meier's, but you didn't know. Well, she's actually Sid Meier's. Civilization, yep. She developed that game. Stella is passive, stop the abuse. You and your Saber Ash memes. You don't speak English, so you don't understand sit, no civ. Hi. Katsuruke, you came in at the, basically at the very end of the stream. Once I clear this AP bar, I'm out of here. Cause I got dinner plans for tonight. But, glad you were able to join us for the last, 5 or so minutes of the stream. Bryn Banner is bad civilization. Yeah, you got freaking Fionn and Bryn, who are both Lancers on the same rate up. What the fuck? Wasn't he also the reason that Ku died? No, it's Fate Zero Lancer, Diarmud or whatever the fuck his name is pronounced. It's him, not Ku. Double bone drums, gotta love him. Hate when there's a 4-star with a 5-star. I mean, 4 stars with 5 stars isn't the problem. The problem is when you have 4 stars and 5 stars, and they're the same freaking class. That's when it's bad, Civ. You just saw Arash's April Fool's card? Yeah, it's pretty funny, isn't it? A meme so great, even his April Fool's card makes fun of him. I mean, they're supposed to. Ku died a bitch death in all the Fate arcs too. I mean, it may only make sense that we all call him best dog. Beowulf is you need to build him as a decent boss killer, but I think that's really about it for him. I mean, he's not bad, it's just Kintoki just does his job way better because he's a 5-star. It isn't that Beowulf is bad, it's just that Penny serves as a much better version of him in every way. I mean, Kentucky too, if you want to really be into. But yeah, Beowulf just gets outclassed. That's the problem. Not bad on his own, but if you start comparing other people to him, yeah, he's gonna have a bad time. Merlin's April Fool shows April Fool's card shows how much people love him. Yeah, by kicking him in the face. How much y'all want to bet this is a salty ass caster cookie? Yep, salty. I'm salty. Frickin' caster cookie. Alright, final run and I'll be out of here. Pretty much Fate tradition for all the Lancers to get screwed over. Yup. Ko, Fate Zero Lancer, Vlad, and Apoc. Karna, just lore-wise. I think Liz is like the only one off the top of my head who actually has a B rank luck and who has B rank luck, and that's because she just doesn't give a shit. She just doesn't care. Luck? What's that? I'll just do my own thing. Liz is an idol, not a lancer. Oh, well, her class still says lancer, so. How do you steal servants from other masters? You rip their arms off. It's easy. It's simple. Just rip their arms off. It's easy. It's easy, boys. Alright, a page drop to send off the stream. Alrighty, boys. It's time for me to head out. Got to go out and eat dinner with some pals. And I'll be grinding some more. Like I said, guys, tomorrow I'll be salty rolling for Bryn. So make sure to have your salt shakers ready. But yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow in about 20 hours, I guess, but from now. Yeah, like 19 hours from now. So, hope to see you guys there. So, have a good night, guys, and see y'all later. Don't abandon us! Sorry, I can only stream for so long before I gotta go out and eat something. I can't stream. I don't know if I can ever do a 24-hour stream. Just to be completely honest, I don't know if I can. I just fall over dead. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, guys. Take care, dudes, and have a good night.